And not on the streams.
That's the answer to the stream.
Hey, there we are. Right, we're live. How's it going, everybody?
It's going.
Right, I forgot to fix the fucking white lines.
Hi-ho! Make sure the audio is working. Check the audio!
Yeah, I mentioned
Check
that.
the audio!
Yeah, it's working.
Wait, there's another? Hang on. There's another white line on the bottom.
Shut.
I don't even know how you'd fix that without...
Oh, no,
It doesn't matter, you can't see it. You can't really see the bottom one unless you're looking for it. But...
I need to turn off the audio on this one, add the audio on the other one.
Just like...
Okay.
Freehand fill this one.
Some of the sound. Remove Toretta's name. Toretta's not here yet. Remove AJ's name, because AJ will be here later.
Shit, I didn't know that fucking Salty was a fae. Didn't know Salty was his sister.
Stealing names.
Runs in the family. Hey DJ, can I have your hand?
Do I look like Gale to you?
Bad point. Speaking of Gale.
Oh my god, you know what? Yeah, I'm looking at the fucking angle of this. Yeah. Tolerant could just so easily see Null Squad.
Alright,
That's
so
hilarious.
welcome everybody to the stream. We are now doing the first session of Chapter 5. Final act of Act 1. Vexy just clicking in excitement.
I'm very excited.
We are going to commit
I'm
great
very
crime.
excited because there's a surprise that Bartholomew has.
Oh.
A child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Several of them, actually.
500
Oh, you got the
genes.
word.
Oh no, that's something. Oh yeah, right. Dukin wasn't there for that session, I don't think. Yeah, we realized. We remembered how we got Bartholomew, and I recognized something. Most Yin packs are family. We murdered Bartholomew's family. Well, you guys murdered Bartholomew's family and continued
Okay.
the shit.
Okay,
And
don't.
Olgrim wasn't there.
No, say, don't. You say you guys. Don't get fucking me and Glitchy in on this. We weren't there.
Oh yeah, and I forgot Glitchy was here. I'm gonna be real. They haven't spoken to him.
Counter argument.
Like half
Did they
Yeah.
leave?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. We also recognize one thing. We didn't kill all of the children. There's one left.
Oh no.
One survived Order
Coming
66.
back for revenge.
Next time we go to Jara, Bartholomew's gonna fucking cry. We're gonna have another session where I'm crying like a bitch.
Ah, it's fine. We'll all cry like a bitch.
You'll cry like a bitch. I don't
Okay,
think
no.
anyone else cares as much. Da, 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 da.
Da 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 da.
Next best offense, da, 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 da.
The stream has been copyrighted by Nintendo now.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Accidentally made a Triforce. Look, what have you done?
Oh shit, I did. I didn't even realize. Oops. Isn't the thing?
Oh, gladly mess with Sega. I ain't messing with Nintendo. I'm messing with the IRS of video games.
The IRS just shows up at Salty's house. They don't even have jurisdiction in the UK, but they just show up anyways.
They contact HMRC and then I just get rushed.
So, where the fuck actually are we? Salty, recap us.
Right. So, give me a second. I'm just getting some stuff up.
Ah, okay.
So I can do the recap properly.
Ooh.
Hey yo, whoa, fire blast.
Firebomb. My neck barking.
Oh shit.
Ah.
What's up, Wolf?
I have risen them
How's it
back
going?
from the dead.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Hey, yo, Worm,
Mangiano.
8 players, baby.
Holy shit!
You know what that means? You know what that means,
Mr.
gamers?
How much would it take
Mayonnaise.
3 days?
Yo, wait, you know what that means, gamers? On
2
a
gallons of
normal-
mayonnaise!
No, on a normal session, we'll have 4 players.
Woo!
Hold on, I actually think I still have a slot. So Autumn Tech. Why the fuck is he up there?
4 or 5 players.
Good question.
Oh right, Cad. I'm going to remove Cad. Sorry, Cad. You're being removed from the game.
Wait, is that? Oh, what the fuck? That's cool.
Yep.
Oh.
Wolfgang, you've got your name back because Glitchy stole your name and your color.
Wow, Glitchy, really? Wow. Wow.
What did I do?
You stole something from me. I can never forgive you.
You stole Wolfgang's 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Actually, to be fair, Snake has Wolfgang's...
That's my
We're gonna
necklace?
use 2 gallons of mayonnaise to defeat Victor.
yeah, I think the Snake has my necklace.
Yeah, Snake has your necklace. Give me a second. I'm just quickly giving Wolf back the picture.
Mm-hmm.
As like the Fae, I am responsible for stealing stuff.
As you should. Long rest, just to be sure, because I have not.
You also get a level up, Wolf, because we're now
yeah.
in chapter 5.
Oh,
Yeah, you've been gone for a minute.
Salty, you made a mistake.
what was? Oh, yeah. I'll leave valid. I have indeed made a mistake. God, I do not like that laugh.
Very scared.
Okay, so
Never let
now
Wolf up.
with Toretta here, we actually have an entire line of players that goes. Hold on, let me actually show all the names. We have a perfect number of players that stretches across the screen.
Ooh.
If you check the stream,
Yes, I'm looking at stream.
I now need to find a new place to put guest people.
Next team.
Put them in the floor.
You can
Oh,
put
that
them
was a
under
big-
you. You can either put them
End
under
up on
you,
top.
under you, like small little balls.
Start putting them at the top. Start covering up the entire screen with them. We get so
Or-
many guests, the entire screen is covered.
Hey,
Or we
DJ,
can make ourselves a little bit smaller.
Yeah, Vexy?
do me a favor, go look at Null Squad.
Yeah, I've actually been looking there the whole time. I've been seeing, like, the explosions. I assume that's
Oh
what
my
that's
god! I see it on the corner of my eye.
What?
You child.
What tolerance been seeing the past 3 days? While he's been doing
Oh.
people training.
That is so fucking funny.
Now the question is like, I'm gonna go full charisma.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god, you're going full charisma.
That terrifies me. I don't know what he's planning. Help.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why are you saying help? That's good for you. Shit for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared of what shenanigans he does. I don't care if
Nope.
it's good party. I'm still terrified of him.
Don't worry, you'll know where left. You know where left is. Where north is.
No, not again.
I can't wait till Wolfgang spells seeming. It starts making things look like other things.
I can't wait.
Alright, so. One second, get rid of Rebel's name. So now I can do the recap because I was waiting for Wolf.
Woo.
And I've also finished my Space Marine mission before you actually got the
That's
free
brilliant.
time.
Alright, so to recap, you guys have had 3 days of downtime
Yeah.
to prepare for the meeting that's coming up, taking place in Marlin's cabin, where you and a number of the faction leaders are going to. I can't stop laughing at what I'm saying. Ow, my eyes! Are you trying to give us an epileptic seizure?
Yes.
You guys are going to be meeting in Marlin's cabin to discuss the best ways to invade Cloudbreaker Summit.
Oh, that is the question. What does Bartholomew? Didn't you say learning a weapon takes rolls?
Yes.
What do I roll?
Roll me some strength checks.
Strength checks. How many? 3?
3. Ace roll 3, and I'll give you the thing.
Ooh, fuck. Fuck.
Alright. Unfortunately, you do not learn the glaive yet.
Damn it! It's gonna take a while, huh?
I guess Forge probably has to roll some, whatever it would take to manufacture. And she'd have to buy the leather. Never mind. That's a later issue.
It's been the 3 days of downtime, and now we're going to discuss what we're gonna do. And then we do another 3 days before we do the actual attack.
No.
Literally, there'll be a day, and then the siege will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the siege is going to be next session. So be ready for that.
Yep.
Right. We can begin.
So many spells, my god.
Oh, salty. By the way, I'll talk to you about it later. Because technically it doesn't matter now.
So, what did everybody do in their downtime?
We should start with Bartholomew.
Whoa! I made the black session.
Milkshake out of my nose. I almost spit fucking milkshake out of my nose when you said that, DJ. Bartholomew went back home. Partied with the gnolls. Discussed the plans on the raid. And practice learning glaive.
You know what, screw it. Actually, roll me a 1d20.
That's a 29. Okay. Fuck, man.
Fuck. Nah, as much as I want to give it to you, I can't.
But what if I roll the bells?
Maybe next session.
Okay.
Alright, so that's what you did. Fulgrim, what did you do?
Fulgrim went to Mantlemore with Snake, went to the Colosseum, put out a big-ass sign basically saying, come fight us, we're looking for people to come with us to do a really important thing. We punched our way into recruiting a lot of people. So we now have 3, 4, 5. We've got a good number of additional people, and Fulgrim also managed to get some initiates for their paladin training. So
yeah, I know there were 2 other people you wanted to recruit this session.
Yeah, so that we managed to get Volker, and we managed to get Volker. We managed to get 4 commoners that can be traded to paladins. We got Derek, Aaron, and Aaron. We got Kusmu from the arena. We got a bunch of basically well-leveled characters to come join us by punching them into thinking it was a good idea.
You left the alcoholic at home.
Yeah. That was roughly what Fulgrim and Snake did together. Fulgrim purchased more flux potions and shitloads of medical kits to distribute between the army. Fulgrim is even more broke, somehow. I have like a few silver to my name. I've got pennies.
Did you have any money left?
I had some silver left. That's it.
Now we're going to talk about the introductory price to this raid.
The bidding war. That's actually what the entire battle is going to be. We're just going to be bidding.
Yeah, it's that thing in Stellaris, the me and Cherry were doing, the golden rule.
I have 72 silver left to my name.
You persuade Inca to take it because shiny rocks.
Dang, yeah, you really are broke. That's dang.
Fulgrim has 7 gold and 2 silver to his name.
No, I know. I don't even have the 7 gold. I have 2 gold.
No.
What?
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious, were we gonna, now that we've had this like rest and able to like vibe at home, were we gonna do that new wait? capacity thing that we were talking about.
The new what? Sorry, you cut out.
When we were talking about the weight capacity thing.
Right.
Like, leaving items at home.
I plan on doing that the start of the next campaign. Second you guys get the mobile home.
Okay, so the second, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So once we're
Yeah,
done,
because it would cause a lot of problems right now.
once we're done with Faraskarin.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying solely due to the fact of like now
Yeah.
that we're not in the middle of like a cave fighting on every fucking side, just being at Arbor side and then putting stuff at our home.
Yeah. Don't worry about it for this campaign. We'll move on to the next campaign where you actually have a place to fully, like, consistently store your stuff. Alright, so, Forge. What did you get up to, buddy?
Hang on, because I was originally gonna go to Toleran, but... So, Forge... No one knows where she went, but she vanished for about a day. And came back with a familiar blue sheath sword strapped to her waist. And looking rather different. Did I ever actually write the description I was going to
I'm
use?
currently adding it to your inventory.
Does not appear... Wait, did I? So, beyond her just seeming more skittish than usual, she definitely looks a lot more strong than anyone would have expected, but, you know...
I actually have to bring that down.
Hang on, did Forge do other stuff during her downtime? Because there was other important stuff too, but I
There
don't
was
know
other
how
stuff.
I don't know how long the sword would have took.
4 more days.
So it was probably a day to, like, get control over it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Dixie,
figured about.
today it's the end of the 3-day downtime, so you've been cured by Volker, or you're about to be.
Well,
Not
that's gonna be here.
Yeah.
That's gonna be today.
It wasn't in. I thought I could have sworn it was 6 days for them to learn it.
3 days.
3 days.
Six.
Okay.
There was 6 days for the sending stones.
6 days for the sending stone.
Yeah, and I guess for the rest of Forge's downtime, she would have been
Eating cheese.
making what appears to be a leather harness. What rolls would I do for that?
Roll me a. Do you have leatherworking tools?
No. She'd just be working.
You'd have
with
to get someone to help you with that then.
Alright, I guess you can go find a leather worker.
Yeah.
Herbicide has one. Presumably.
So for that would just be like 10 gold.
Alright.
Alright,
Crap, all my gold's in my bag.
so that's what you did. Denki, you went on a good to see you
I
here.
went sightseeing.
You went on a little sightseeing. You got your items identified. Don't suppose you want to reveal the details of what you've obtained to the party?
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Nah.
No, keep it a surprise. Gale,
Alright.
you had one of the more interesting ones as you were gone for quite some time.
Yes, I am.
Welcome, first up. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
And the second thing is, you and Jill Cat went on a little secret mission to hunt a number of members of the Cult of Talos that have made an appearance on the island.
That's about right.
You were on the tail. The Cult of Talos members were on the tail of a young child that was hanging around the planes of life.
Correct.
After a bit, you managed to track the child down, and you managed to defeat a detachment of Cult of Talos members, which we will get to. I actually will roleplay this stuff with you in a solo session. You clash with a rather powerful member of the group as well, and fought him to a standstill.
Ah, no wonder I got a level up.
After that, you were able to create a distraction and get out with the child. Julket has since taken the child with her and left the island, but asked you to meet her in a place called Blind Man's Hideaway whenever you get the chance.
All right.
What was her name?
Julket.
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 Yeah.
But that can be done whenever, Wolf. It's up to you.
Alrighty.
I'm doing little tappies with my feet.
Yeah, DJ is excited because they like that place.
I'm doing little tappies.
Okay, so after a while, a messenger reaches you, informing you about the meeting that's occurring the next day. So you got some time to get a few things done, and then meet up with the party at Marlon's cabin.
I get a few grenades.
For a few grenades.
Yes.
Where are you getting them from?
Getting. Okay, question: Do you still have access to the gun barrels, gunpowder barrels?
Oh, the Nemerian.
Yes.
Yes, you would. So you could probably buy one.
One or two.
The barrels. You can buy like barrels or like satchels.
Oh, a satchel then.
Yeah, give me a second.
I believe Forge actually went and got a barrel, didn't they, to blow a hole in the wall?
Yeah, but this is Gale being separate from the pie.
Oh yeah, no. What I meant was, do they still have barrels if Forge purchased them?
I don't.
Didn't you, or did you not?
They're very much ration how much.
One.
Oh, here it is. You can buy a powder horn. Powder horn of gunpowder.
Okay.
Which will run you.
I'm guessing I spent some money too.
Oh yeah, probably. Just a very minor amount.
Let's say 10 gold.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Alright, so
10 gold while I was away.
Like a powder horn will run you 10 gold. It's half a pound of gunpowder.
All right.
Well, whereas a keg will run you 250 gold.
All right, then I'll just get the. Then I'll say I spent 10 gold while I was away, and another 10 gold when I bought this thing.
Yeah,
right.
that'll be enough to like make one low-powered grenade, or you can use 2 powder horns to make like more high-powered grenade. But you need some help with that.
Let's just do one for now.
I guess I figured out what Forge did for another day of her downtime, because I didn't realize she was responsible for getting the other barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So assuming the Numerian would sell it to her.
Oh yeah. 250 gold, that'll be.
I apologize, I actually just shoehorned that onto you because I genuinely thought you'd done it.
I was going to, but then I forgot. So, 3, 8, 8.
Aha, Duke and Fogor.
I do that constantly.
While I was away, and while I was fighting those cult of Talos, were I able to snatch something?
What were you after?
Anything really.
I'll let you know if you find it.
Cloak of protection.
Definitely not. That shit is pricey and rare.
Wolf's shenanigans become part of the campaign again.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I'm not slapping anyone for like.
Snake had to pay a lot of money for his.
Wolf over here finding a greater ring of invisibility on some random guy.
Greater ring of cheese bearing.
To be fair,
That's what I have.
is there? Did they have any wands of any sort?
Wands, just some like basic wands.
Hmm.
One of the spellcasters had one.
The ones that from that one Japanese company.
You got a couple of healing potions though.
Okay, perfect. How many?
I'm glad nobody.
Two potions, 2 regular, 1 greater.
Okay. So 1 greater,
2 regular.
2 regular. Wow.
Any other stuff we can cover in the other session
Later. Alrighty. Do you know how many healing potions I have now?
A lot.
A lot.
I forgot you were carrying like the whole supply of healing potions.
Gale, you should have more money than when you left because I actually purchased some of your healing potions off your character when they were an NPC for a 50% markup. So
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that.
we were
Okay,
really
then
short
let's-
on healing potions, and I know that if I offered you fucking 150% of what you paid for a potion, you'd take that as a tidy profit.
Okay, so let's say.
I've already done it. I've already done it for Gale. That's why you have a bit more money than when you left.
Did you already take out the healing potions though?
Yes.
Alright. Well, I still have a lot.
You still have a lot.
Yeah, we were going down to fight the Forge Golem. I was like, we need healing potions. We've got almost none. I was like, Wolf isn't here, but Gale is, and I feel Wolf would support these actions. And I just pulled out Fulgrim's gold pouch.
Gale just sat there in the bar eating mayonnaise by the gallon.
Of course.
I was like, before we go in, if I give you some money, Gale, can I purchase, not be given, purchase some healing potions from you?
Of course.
How that went. Jingles the fucking money pouch at Gale.
It's like the it's like
Thank you for your patronage.
It's like Torrent's bell. It's like Torrent's whistle in Elden Ring. You just jingle the coin pouch and a Gale appears.
You gold?
Okay, so with the time that's passed, you guys all gather at Marlin's Cavern. There are a lot of people here. You can tell that they're kind of going a bit mask off in this situation. There's at least a good 6 wagons that you can see. Some like proper militarized, while others are smaller. You do notice as you were making your way in that there are, from each different direction, there are guards that are directing other people away from the turning of Marlin's cabin, and they appear to be bulwark. So it prevents people from stumbling upon this place.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take very long for you guys to be let through. So
Inga did not leave Marlin's place. I'm guessing because he had to stay near for the cure.
you just sat behind Aratesh as he's reading
He's
his.
He's kind of like vibing around, talking to people. He's just trying to stay as close as possible, so when they need them, they can find him.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the waiting room.
Alright,
like
so
at the
in that
doctor's
case, you would see on the day, because you'd be obviously the first one there. One of the first people to arrive is the Nemirian. As you see Elaine, Paler, and what's his name? Let me get it up. Yeah, you see Elaine, you see Paralo, and you see Rico. They begin making their way down, giving you Elaine gives you like a polite nod and a friendly smile as they go and make their way over. Elaine just kicks back in the seat. One of the next people that arrive is the captain of the Mantelmoran Guards, Captain Grimfarak.
Can when Grunthrak comes up, can Fulgrim go up because I'm gonna hit them with the fucking Arnold?
They arrive before you do.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is what Inca's seeing. Sorry.
This is what Ink is seeing.
My brain got mixed up.
Next people to arrive, kind of like late, like a bit later in the morning, is Nari and the kobolds. who arrive and kind of just hang out by anchor. Nori seems ready. You notice they're like, you hear like kind of a jingle as they walk. And you do notice that a lot of their belt pouches are filled with potions. Then the party arrive. So you,
looking at sack behind them.
accompanied
to the distance.
at the same time by Bartholomew, Crix, and the Gnolls. Or would just Crix be coming, Bartholomew?
Bartholomew would probably be coming with their gnolls, and they'd probably show up last.
Alright, that makes sense.
They'd show up near late.
Yeah, the Bulwark will be the ones arriving last, as they are making sure everything's cleared.
Yeah.
In between that, Gale is you saw in between that you probably see some dashing cleric walking about with no hood
Dashing
on.
what I usually describe them, but you know.
Well, yes. Imagine a cleric that has a lot of charisma. Let's just say.
He's just walking in just with the
Haunter.
You can tell I use my walk.
shining strut. Little bit after
Strut
Gale
like a
arrives, Milo turns up.
Gale walks in. He's now almost as charismatic as Lord Victor's, but not quite.
Milo turns up, seemingly freshly polished armor. A very determined look in his eyes. And following this, over the course of the next couple hours, your gathered Red Mist Alliance begins making its way in. With the Paladins. Question, Fogum, did you go back and grab Iris and Tuluanos as well?
If I was able to, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you were. So Paladins, followed by Iris and Tuluanos.
So I was going through Opposite anyway to get additional healers kits, if you remember.
Doesn't take much convincing. After all, the two of them don't really have much going on at the moment. And Tuluanos especially is kind of eager to test out some skills after it's been a very long time stuck in that vortex. So Iris and Tuluanos have joined you guys as well. Just adding that to the Red Mist Alliance sheets. Boom, there we are. Okay, so everyone seems to have gathered as the Shield Master Arthur Circa and a rather heavily armored orc begins making his way in as well. Orcish man walks in, kind of clad in a. Let's see what he's wearing. Seemingly clad in a very, very high quality set of splint mail. But what really catches your eye as he steps in is he's wearing really, really big boots.
You got the biggest steppers.
Every step he seems to make comes with a stomp. As everyone quietly gathers, there's quite a tension in the air. As you see, Arthur is currently staring daggers at Elaine. Do you all gather at the table, or is there anything you want to do before the meeting starts?
I'd just like to say that the fucking gnolls, there's no tension with the gnolls. They were chatting shit the entire way. You could hear them coming. it's just like sitting there, everyone's like like understanding they're about to go into battle, and they're all sitting there solemnly, and then all you hear is distant cackling and shit like that, and then you look over and they're just talking mad shit about what they're gonna be doing.
It's like you're like sat around a table of like the leaders of the island, and there's just a bunch of yeens.
And then there's Bartholomew standing at one of the corners because they're technically a leader.
I like to imagine they're like kind of like kicked back in the chair, like one leg on the table.
They're kicked back in the chair, one leg on Ooze. Wait, would Ooze and Slav actually come?
I doubt it. They're non-combatants.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait, they're fucking gnolls. Of course they go.
Yeah, they're all combatants. Yeah, so that's what they're doing. They just got a foot on Ooze.
All right, so
I'm doing that. Hold on.
all right, so Jazar is the first one to speak up, kind of the front part. I won't say one thing before the meeting begins. While everyone's filing in, Aratesh makes their way over to Inca. It'll take about 10 minutes, but let's say we get rid of that nasty curse of yours.
Inca's like staring up with like so many emotions of just like, yeah. He's like kind of like tweaking with excitement right now.
Now, it's my first time casting a spell like this. I'm not much of a curse breaker, but the more time I spent looking over the finer points of this, I think it shouldn't be too bad for me to figure out how to do it. Let's see now. The
last words.
It begins starting the process of undergoing the remove curse spell.
That doesn't have a chance of failing, does it?
It does.
Oh no.
But I get to add stuff to the rolls because he's a abjuration wizard. And this is an abjuration spell. Which is makes an ability check. Casting a spell. Add your proficiency bonus to that ability check, which is he's over 13. That would make it a plus 5. Yep, thank you, DJ. So plus 5, yeah, plus 9 to the check.
We're just watching very intently.
Oh boy! Alright, Inca.
Yeah.
After the end of the 10 minutes, you feel a certain lightness to your form. And suddenly, you feel a sigh of relief running through you. As Aratesh exhales. All done. That was easier than expected. I suppose I have quite the knack for this. Excellent. The curse of lycanthropy has left your body. I can no longer feel its presence. Man rolled an 18. On his dice roll, he rolled a 27 in total.
Inca's is kind of like does like the biggest fucking sigh of relief. Like he's never had this like such a. He's been like fucking anxious about this and getting more and more tweaked out, and he's finally just fine. He's all of it is like his entire fucking body relaxes.
Keep that look on your face. You'll need it.
Thank you.
Gives you a pat on the shoulder. Well, let's get moving.
So much.
Not to worry. You've done a lot of it. You and your group have done a lot for this place. It's the least I can do to repay you. Now, come on. We've got a king to save.
I think stands.
Alright, I'll quickly shut my curtains. Look at this meeting
Yeah,
started.
just like him, dude, babe.
Okay, right. Let's get some difference in the music. I think you all know what film's coming.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Anything.
Just 'cause you're never gonna give you up.
Wonderful, it's what I feel when we're together.
No,
Be good
yeah,
bar fight
we're
music in a
doing
movie.
that. It's
the Rusty Glaive dance off.
let's see. There we are. Alright, so Jazar is the first one to stand, as everyone is gathered around the table. The day has finally come. It's about time we finally get to talking about this plan of ours. I appreciate all of you that have taken the time to gather around this table today.
Yeah, no problem.
The actions you've all committed in service of this kingdom are commendable. But now it's time we put aside our differences in service of a greater goal. The king of this land, King Gaius Archaea, an old friend to a lot of us, and joyous ruler of this kingdom, is under threat of an assassination plot by a shadowy group known as the Obsidian Eye. I've been in communication with him for quite some time now, but he is, what's the term, checkmated. Stuck in a point where he can't exactly stand against the situation alone. And now that Petrus is unfortunately no longer with us, it is my responsibility as leader of this organization to assist in saving this kingdom from itself. Now, the group I mentioned, the Obsidian Eye, they have a plan that is, well, let's just say, not in the best interests of keeping morality in line. They seek an item known as the Feather of the Phoenix, and with it they plan on using it to absorb the life force of the people of Jara and use it to burn away the corruption to the north of the land. Now, I understand that some of you may see that as a good thing. Some of you may hold grudges against the people of Jara for actions committed by our forefathers, and their forefathers in kind. But I assure you, fighting this corruption does not need to cost the lives of innocent people. We shall not stoop to the level of our forefathers, especially with the implications of what really happened to the Asimar people. We do not wish to become what we once were. Genocidal murderers. It's a mistake we're not looking to repeat again. So, today we talk about a plan to raid the stronghold of Cloudbreaker Keep. And with that, he unfurls a large map on the table. The map contains schematics of the castle. So, everyone kind of eyes up this map. You all kind of take a second to just realize just how big the place is. Now, I suppose you probably all have questions, and Jazar's sentence is cut off by Elaine. I understand that we have formed a rather interesting, may I say, alliance with everyone, but may I ask that the shield master over there stop staring daggers into me? It's making me rather uncomfortable. Arthur scoffs. If I had known that filth like you would have been invited into this place, I never would have accompanied them. Granted, and Arthur looks over to you all. You all have done a good service for this place, but I didn't expect that I'd be working with such criminals.
Word rather openly growls at him.
Bartholomew just kind of like raises an eyebrow at them.
I have half a mind to just arrest the lot of you right here and now.
You'd never make it out of here alive if you tried.
Arthur,
No, I
they
don't
have
mind.
knowledge of the sewers of which we require to get this through. We cannot all go through the front door. We will be stopped. We need that expertise.
We
have no way of getting through their back line. And let's be honest, they are the professionals in this situation.
Maybe a
They
persuasion
exceed
check.
orders.
See if you can dim out this escalation a little
11. Can someone please give me a
Perception.
Oh, that's perception. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I
fuck.
thought that was
On
on
real
real
hard.
I thought that was a bit low. Oh no!
You know what, can we take the,
Oh,
can we
no.
take the original roll and add the modifier? In hindsight, that probably would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
I mean,
That would put it at a
Hold on.
16.
Let
Bartholomew-
me speak.
Okay.
I have something to say
listen,
too.
I don't know the whole politics of everything, but we seem to have gotten along fine with our little battle. And, you know, I am a backloid to all these gnolls, and practically every single gnoll is a criminal. So,
Something I'm not
you work with
particularly.
me very well. And this ain't a great argument, I'm sure, but you could use our help. We'll be out of your hair soon anyway.
Alright.
We're trying to get off the island.
You as well make me a persuasion check.
So if I actually pressed the right buttons, mine would have been a 16.
Yeah.
Why is my roll so low today? I'm like,
Be it as it may, we may have come here as allies. I'm afraid I simply cannot sit idly by on people such as these. Those who have filled the streets with drugs, violence, and debauchery. I've worked most of my life to correcting the mistakes that these fools made. You call them mistakes, Shieldmaster, but it was your ineptitude that allowed us to pursue these actions for so long.
The two of you, we both know, Arthur, that if you were to arrest all of them right now and take them to jail, somebody, probably far worse, probably far nastier, would fill the hole in the power and cause significantly worse things. at least... shit, I forgot their name, out of character. Fulgrim wouldn't, but I did.
Alana or
Elaine.
Yeah.
At least Elaine and her cohort have a level of honor among thieves. There are some that don't. I have met them. They are treacherous bastards, and they'll do worse than put drugs on the street. So much worse beyond your comprehension.
Also,
we can never stamp out all evil. It's best to sit with the lesser. Trust me, I don't like it either, but I've worked with them, and you know what? As far as bad guys go, they're pretty good.
Pretty good.
And I hate to remind you all, everyone here today, that if anyone leaves this meeting, all of us will be executed for treason for just being here. Every single one of us. So it's a bit too late to try pulling out.
Salty, also check Theldak art.
Forge, make me a persuasion check. Fulgrim, you have already made one, so I need two. That was a convincing point.
Persuasion. My 0 modifier.
It's literally how Bartholomew's
What has been with our rolls today?
10.
I mean, it's higher than Bartholomew.
I really do kind of like how we're rolling low for this part, solely due to the fact of it's like, he seems like a stubborn bastard.
I'm refreshing my page.
Elaine looks over to across the table and looks towards Jazar. Are you really going to let him speak to me like that? I came here out of the goodness of my heart to offer my services, and I'm being ridiculed like a common dreg. So I respect that if the Shield Master wishes to continue, and all of you wish to continue having my services, I suggest you watch your tone. Or am I going to have to spill a dirty little secret? Jazar kind of looks a
Bartholomew grins at that part. They're like, ooh.
Arthur, I would suggest for the cohesion of this that you watch yourself. As much as I have respect for you, we need to be careful of the allies we choose for now. And what dirt exactly does she have on you, Jazar? I only found out recently that you were the King's spy master. But still, there is a lot of unknown about you and this group. As much respect as I have for the parties that have brought us all here together, I begin to question this. But I will humor this for this interaction, but I wish to know one thing. What does the Nemerian get out of allying with the group? You're not a group that would exactly do this. For allying with the Kookaburra. You would not exactly do this of your own free will out of the goodness of your heart, as you say. You're a greedy bunch. You have a reason for being here.
Fulgrim's gonna look to Elaine to say if they can explain as a neutral party. Just kind of a nod. So that way it seems less suspicious. Since it's the neutral party explaining.
She looks over and gives you a nod.
Since the Obsidian Eye have been becoming more active, they have been causing problems for the Nemerian and the Underground as they have for you. The Obsidian Eye's constant patrols to keep us out of the city have been causing problems for the Nemerian, and they don't like it. By dealing with the Obsidian Eye, it keeps their trade routes clear, because the Obsidian Eye have been locking down on them in an attempt to get rid of us, and Fulgrim points at themselves. That's what they get from this. They get the secret police off their ass. They get rid of the Obsidian Eye. It's a common enemy. None of us want it here. They're not doing it out the good of their heart, you're right. They're doing it to get rid of a problem that's a problem to them, and it's a problem to us, so they're working with us.
And I'm willing to bet that the potential favors they could call in are probably more than worth the potential losses they'll be taking during this.
That's not the only reason. You're partially right, and I'm apologizing if I was not exactly upfront with you, Fulgrim. But I have one more
My
thing.
PC is exploding!
What?
Help!
What's exploding?
Grid has crashed!
Oh.
Everything is exploding! Ah! Oh god! What the fuck is happening?
Did you say your PC is exploding?
My PC!
Oh, my PC!
Oh no.
Oh, my PC! Holy fucking shit.
Is it actually like
What the
smoke
fuck?
coming at your PC?
Oh, no, it's
thank-
fine. It's just my fucking Krita crashed and my screen went black, sputtered in and out for a second, and then an error popped up, closed,
Oh,
and the Krita just crashed.
Okay, your reaction made me think your fucking computer was on fire.
Yeah, I assumed you were on fire again.
It fucked everything out. No, it fucked up the audio for Discord too, so Salty, you just started getting super jarbled, and I'm like, oh, my PC!
Alright.
Oh no, my Unity just crashed too. Oh fuck.
Wouldn't be a D&D session if stuff didn't go horribly wrong with someone's computer.
We
Okay,
do
back to
have
business.
one other thing that we request. We are aware that our services are rather valuable. So, I would like to ask the Shieldmaster for the release of the 5 culprits, you call them, of the ambush, of the Bulwark ambush you all committed 2 weeks ago. You're joking, right? You want the ones that... You want... That's laughable. You want the people that robbed our armory, stole a lot of our gunpowder to be released back to you. Those are criminals. As far as I'm aware, they were terrorists. After all, what would you and Numerian need with that much gunpowder anyway? As far as I'm aware, you stole 10 kegs. You're lucky we only caught the 5 of you. No deal. It appears we're at an impasse here. So what do you all think? This is a completely different type of event now.
Yeah.
Checks can now be rolled again. As the first load of checks was to stop this from escalating.
Well,
I guess this is the time where a cleric comes in.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, fucking Gale, you're brutal as shit.
Alright, Wolf,
Send us.
what does Gale say?
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we have shit to do. I know we have some differences. You more than you against her and her against you. Maybe instead of fuck. Okay, give me something here. DJ, give me something to work with.
You said it was time for a cleric, buddy. Come on.
I know. Okay, fine. Okay.
So just to clarify, the Numerian are requesting the release of 5 of the Bulwark's prisoners who were responsible for stealing 10 kegs of gunpowder right from their armory. So it's implied that they actually broke into the Bulwark compound.
Okay. Alright then. So, from what I've heard here, this looks like some bad guys. Some unfortunately let's say misinformed or dubious,
Misguided individuals.
misguided individuals have wandered about where they're not supposed to, and it's understandable. Understandable that you wouldn't want them to be there.
Alpha kind of raises his eyes as you start continuing to speak.
And honestly, it's an honest mistake. What can we do?
Make me a fucking persuasion check at disadvantage.
I swear, this works. That is
Everyone's like,
the
oh,
worst way
let's
to
go,
try to
let Wolf cook. Wolf
Motherfucking slipping Jimmy over here.
Wait, hold on. Make it a normal roll. Change all of that. Wolf, Gale just goes, they plead to oopsie daisies?
Wolf, roll me a fucking persuasion check at fucking disadvantage.
That has to be the worst possible way to try it. And
But it was still higher than anything that you rolled so far.
They plead to oopsie daisies!
I mean, what can we do?
It was an accident. They didn't mean to take it.
Exactly. And here's the thing. You got them at the end.
Yeah, you can always rearrest them later.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no harm done right now
It
because
kind of looks. No, this kingdom does in fact have double jeopardy rules.
Oh, never.
It would be.
Your
other
I mean, they're going to commit other crimes.
Your Honor, my client said they were being dead ass.
chill, Captain. Let's just listen to
Your Honor, my client was dead. Was done to the head.
Exactly. Here's the thing. They might have made a mistake right now, and it's understandable. But at the end of the day, you caught them, and there was no harm done. What is there? What else is there to do?
They did actually make away with the gunpowder. You actually have 2 of the barrels of the bulwark gunpowder. This is not even a joke. The gunpowder that you guys have is from the bulwark.
Oh no.
I noticed immediately the second you brought it up. I was like, oh no.
That's just not clear.
Oh my god, wait, hold on, I'm doing a thing. I'm causing problems. Hold on, wait. I'm causing problems and it's actually more accurate.
There's just 3 kegs of their gunpowder with bulwark just scratched off of it.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll something real quick.
You did notice that with all the barrels of gunpowder that you guys have had, there has been some kind of inscription in part of the barrel which has been purposely sanded down.
I'm gonna do insight or intelligence. I feel like insight as memory.
Yeah.
You normally roll it.
13. It does sound a bit familiar.
Bartholomew then kind of taps their foot on fucking Ooze and just goes, wait, is that where we got the explosive barrels?
We're just jaws literally dropped right now.
You sold explosive barrels to Knowles!
Okay, they sold it to the party, not the Knowles.
Yeah, no, the Knowles didn't get to touch it.
But we did plan on using those barrels to blow up that pantry. So it all came back into the end. It's all came back in a big circle.
Don't judge my clientele, Shieldmaster.
Exactly. Okay, by the way, what does the 17 do?
Wait, hold on. So it's like, so if all of those barrels that we had,
I'll get to that.
because we used a couple of them. I'm pretty sure, a couple of them on trying to kill Victor. We have a couple left, so therefore, it got given to us. So we had the barrels, and now the last 2 barrels come back to you guys. So they've done nothing wrong.
So they were actually, in fact, used for terrorism. I was not wrong.
Just against the people
that was
deserve it.
Kind of funny.
Maybe that's bad phrasing.
He was a villain, and we can all agree.
Both his hands.
Also, hold on. I gotta do this. She just gives a smile.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. What in the fuck have I gotten myself into?
In the end, Sir Shield Captain, we did good. We did good with okay, they were probably procured
Some collateral damage.
they were probably procured in an unnecessary way, but in the end we used them for good.
We
Hence-
used them for good, and they didn't hurt anybody.
Exactly. And we're the only one
scratch Victor.
and the only ones that were actually hurting are the bad guys.
Yeah, they were the Absurdity Eye operatives.
You get me, Gale.
Okay.
Exactly.
Alright. Okay. New point. Why have I been having someone from Undertow sniffing around the capital?
That is a good question. Who the
What do you mean?
We're Undertow. Wait, Undertow was the fucking pirates we robbed you. Guy's not saying that in character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why exactly why have I been having a representative from Undertow sniffing around the capital asking about a destroyed vessel?
Question: is the undertow a stinky toe? Someone's toe?
No,
Fulgrim
Gale.
looks like they're physically convulsing.
Undertow Distributions is a rather influential arms dealer. Ring of arms dealers that operate in international waters. A
Okay.
group that we
Wait, are
don't
they not-
exactly agree with, but can't interfere with.
Okay.
Guys, I'm
Still.
gonna make something worse.
Oh, no.
Someone taking out one of their ships in Faraskarin land is quite the problem.
Or
And why are you
they hide your sword behind her back?
And
Hey.
okay, question there.
Wait.
Why
I have one thing to say.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Gale. Is Crix in the room?
Yes.
Crix was on the ship. Does Crix have the smart enough mouth to shut the fuck up? Because Bartholomew didn't.
Give me a minute.
Let's take a look at Crix's intelligence stat. really quick.
Give me a minute. I'm just rolling something.
Oh, I can't
We're just very violently shaking her head at everyone in the party.
Okay. Crix is actively biting his tongue.
Okay, go Gale. Sorry for interrupting you. I had to get that out.
No worries. So, Shield Captain, why are you suddenly bringing this up? It's not like we had anything to do with it. And
I
Yeah,
never
and is this,
said you did.
but why are you
Well-
bringing this up right now? It's kind of weird.
Because it's been causing a lot of problems.
Well, we
Someone
have our
from
own
Undertow comes sniffing around. They suddenly start gaining business.
and
I'm
okay,
not particularly enjoying having their money being dipped into.
that's fine. That's completely you're completely on point. That's completely fine. But we have our own problems right now, and we can probably look at that later. So can we just
deal with those things later?
exactly? Can we
make me a persuasion check to see if you can convince him to drop this?
Can I make a comment that might give them advantage?
Go for it, Fulgrim.
And
I might
besides,
flash a
if-
genius at
Oh,
that.
don't don't roll yet.
and besides, if there's something that is not to do with none of us, and Fulgrim's going to wave to the party, as citizens of Faraskarin, we are a neutral party. We're not government contractors. If it's really causing you a problem, you brought this up now, we'll go fucking deal with it. Because right now we need you here, and we need you on our side, so if you've got a problem with that, this is us giving you another favor for your support here. I am willing to fucking bust my ballsack to keep you two at this table and cooperating. I don't fucking care if I don't know what's going on here. You got a problem? I'll fix it after this. Let's get this done now. Before we're
Exactly.
staring at Arthur.
Bartholomew technically a citizen due to the fact that they come from Jara and aren't they connected?
No, they're not. They're not politically connected.
So, Shieldmaster, what do you say? Now, Gale, roll advantage.
Add a
advantage?
+3 to it too.
26!
29.
That's a 29 now.
Because of a flash of genius.
Wait a second. Da, 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 da.
That was a very high DC.
Does a 29 beat a very high DC? Or whatever
It
Gale's doing. might
was.
make
It very much does.
Good.
Oh, okay, never mind.
now realize I just basically said we owe a favor to another favor to the Shield Master. Oh well.
As much as it pains me to have to deal with criminals. Fine. For the sake of the kingdom and its people, I will overlook this temporary inconvenience for the sake of protecting its people. I'll set my pride aside. Apologies, Jazar. Let us continue. Well done. Well done, guys. That was a... You guys... That was very...
I'm gonna be real. I entirely take this as Bartholomew being an open mouth and completely changing the fucking direction because fucking Gil flopped that so hard. And there's like
a couple points that had the you guys commit that was kind of committed by you guys, which made this situation a bit more difficult.
Oh no, 100%.
But if you had failed that, you would have had to pick between the Bulwark and the Nemirian.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good, because if we lost either of those, this entire thing would be pretty much.
Two of the most important forces.
Yeah.
Now you know why I have charisma.
Like, we could lose anyone else, but if we lose them, this entire assault is dead.
I just realized Dale is more fucking charismatic than Fulgrim. That's hilarious. I love that.
I was tempted to bring Bartholomew's charisma to 20.
Captain Lawrence kind of places his hands on the table. Well, that was certainly awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have made some interesting friends since you left our side.
Yeah, right. Look at them. And Bartholomew just like glances back to their pack.
Fulgrim.
Oh yeah. Given the position of the table, fucking and Lawrence is actually stood next to the Yeats.
Oh my god, the smell!
It
just goes, yeah, we've certainly made some interesting acquaintances. Fulgrim very much does not say the words friends, they say acquaintances.
Okay. Right. Well, that's sorted. Let's move on to the next problem. Aritesh, I believe you had some research that you've done. And I just need to get something up. Yes,
I'll be right back.
Okay, yes. So, we've noticed a slight problem that's come up given our, the fact that one of our main enemies is the Illustar Academy.
Oh no.
I have noted that a large number of golems have been brought into the castle recently. We're talking a range from the ones that I've seen. The most troubling one out of the bunch is probably an iron golem.
Could we dispel magic on it?
Not particularly, unfortunately.
Would an anti-magic circle kill it?
Potentially yes.
Would it require
an astronomical amount of power. Golems are not very easily dispelled like that.
What kind of check would it take for Forge to at least figure out what she knows about golems?
Make me an Arcana check.
Alright. Because if they work the way I think they do.
I've seen a number of clay, an armory golem, which seems to bear resemblance to some of the ones I've seen down in Mantle Mora. And he looks over to the dwarves.
The Obsidian Eye made an incursion in Mantle Mora while we were down there. They probably managed to steal some from behind their backs.
We've Hugger and Farkan looks over. We've also had a couple reports recently that seems the the Icon of Ingenuity have been partially collaborating with the Obsidian Eye.
Oh, those
bastards overcharged me.
Forge looks like she's about to snap.
Mainly, it seems that they've been working on some hidden projects, so it's possible that they were the ones who constructed the armory golem, as they're the ones we got our first one from. They're probably also the same people that made it malfunction during the incursion.
No, whereas Mr. Craftmaster will be dealt with.
Well, that's another problem to loose end that will need cleaning up after this.
Regardless, the sheer factor that an iron golem is with their mix is problematic. And as you're starting to think, Forge, knowledge of golems, golems are creatures of arcane creation. Sometimes they can occur naturally in pockets of areas with high magical energy, particularly iron golems, as the one that Aratesh mentioned to be very cautious of, are particularly dangerous, tending to boast very high defenses and constitutions, but also golems tend to be naturally resistant to magic.
So what are their weaknesses? I guess it would depend on which type.
So the ones mentioned were iron, clay, and armory.
What makes
Armory you fought, the rest, everyone except for Gale has fought before. Oh, and except for Denki. Denki's not fought one. Oh, one thing you do remember, particularly about clay and with how high you rolled, clay golems are... Give me a second, I've got it here. Here we are, clay golems. Certain types of golems can absorb particular type of elements. For instance, clay golems will absorb acid, while iron golems will absorb fire. These types of damage will cause them to regenerate.
Ooh, I think I just figured out how to deal with the clay ones.
Both are particularly dangerous. But you do know about armory golems is their weakness is the fact that they have a core you can destroy.
Iron and clay golems are constructs, right? They take double damage from spells like Shatter.
I think they have a bigger chance to fail. Don't think they take double damage. They're disadvantaged on the save, I think.
Ah, okay.
I imagine you could also
Let me just double check.
hit the... Hang on, I'll be right back. Package showed up apparently.
A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay, cool.
Which means Magnif technically has disadvantage on saves against Shatter.
I would agree with that until you told me that they're not classed as a construct due to something. I thought I was a construct.
No, it's a creature comprised.
Ah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Magnet does have disadvantage then, yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. That is indeed a problem. So as I'm aware, golems are particularly durable creatures, so standing against them might be tricky. On top of the fact that I've heard that a number of mages, particularly skilled ones, have joined the side of the Obsidian Eye, not falling into the likes of the profaned casters that you've all encountered before, but full-blooded mages. They'll be a very dangerous foe to fight. A very interesting person steps up, Veltral, who was stood in the background but kind of moves closer to the table.
You're gonna have to remind me of Veltral as I forget.
Veltral is the wizard, the wizard you guys encountered in Jara, and was a student of the Yellowstar Academy.
Oh, the tiefling that was
Yeah.
gotten turned temporarily.
There are a particular as far as I'm aware, there are a particular number of mages of a mild level of skill that have joined up with the Obsidian Eye, but also, unfortunately, from what I've heard, a master, an abjurer of Aratesh's level has also joined. I'd heard that after I left the Yellow Star Academy, that someone had started training in abjuration magic. Seems my replacement has joined the battle. That's troubling.
I imagine.
Expect when you all go into battle a lot of wards, defensive magic, and protection. If that abjuration wizard is... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Forge.
I was going to say, I imagine some of those mages aren't necessarily there willingly. Considering what happened to Veltral.
Though that may be true. A lot of the people that I knew back when I was in the academy, a lot of them are quite loyal to Volkir. Some of them even see him... He preaches himself as a higher figure. Someone the people can look up, someone the novice sorcerers can look up to. He's been grooming people's power ever since. And safe to say a lot of people in that college will blindly follow Volkir into fire of it. Grants him even a speck of power.
So for the sake of the assault, we should just assume that all of them are there willingly.
Unfortunately, yes.
Here's the thing. What we can do now is kill them all. Let the gods filter it out.
Eric over here dropping kill them all, and then
Let God decide. Let the gods decide.
Okay. Right. Now we can start moving into the meat and potatoes. Though it was covered earlier, we'll talk about some of the stuff that some of your allied factions would want in terms of assisting in this endeavor. Lawrence is one of the first people to speak up. I'm here on behalf of Cedric. Though I have distinct loyalty to the people that brought us here, there is something that we particularly request from the kingdom upon the completion of this. We request that more be done to reinforce the roads that lead up to the Evered Mantle. Particularly a more refined route of getting up onto the mountain, as well as having it a bit further patrolled. We may have our own detachment of guards, but the fact that it took so long for...
Where the fuck did my headphones go?
Well, the fact that an entire faction of goblins managed to militarize and stand against our village, almost leading to it getting run over before we got any assistance from the kingdom. That alone I find unacceptable.
Hold up.
I believe that'll be something we can discuss. Would that be agreeable to you, Shieldmaster? Though we had heard about this goblin incursion, we didn't have enough intel to intervene at the time. We were dealing with enough problems with the Blight Plague that we couldn't exactly intervene. But we will certainly make a promise to do more, and we apologize that it led to this.
The music cut out for anyone else?
No, it just went quiet for a second.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you hear it now, Vexy?
No, there's nothing.
Let me restart it.
Yeah, restart.
That's weird.
There you go. Better? Can you hear it now, Vex?
No.
Refresh your page. Alright. Let's move on to the Morans. We request an alliance. An alliance. We request talks with the king to finally re-establish the Mantle Point alliance. It's time our kingdoms finally join together as one. We've lived separately for too long. It's about time we finally unite this island under one rule. I believe that'll be something you'll need to discuss with the king. I believe that'll be something you need to discuss with the king. But, from what I know of Gaius, that's something he's wanted for a very long time. And we've already discussed the Nemirian. But everybody looks to you all. What do you all have in your stake in this? Why are you helping this nation? What do you want from this kingdom?
To be entirely honest, I don't have any stakes in this.
Originally,
Just go on for the ride.
Originally, I was just following the party and their good deeds.
I'm here to crush
They
evil.
threatened my home. I ain't standing for that.
That and I want to kill Victor.
The
That's my
majority
stake in
of
this.
us were just trying to do the right thing and got pulled in far deeper than we ever should have. Now that we're here, we're established, we're trying to continue those good deeds, but maybe we could, if there's an old decommissioned ship in the mothball fleet, so that way we could go around and continue spreading the good we've been doing to other places. If we get through this alive, maybe like one of your old broken down ships. The ones that were decommissioned and weren't being used anyway.
Sure.
We can restore it ourselves. After all,
Full good ship.
it'll take it off your hands. After all, it'll just be rotting away in your mothball fleet anyway.
The Shieldmaster looks up after you said this. I remember you mentioned this to me as well.
Aye.
Jazar, if I may, I'd like to make a suggestion. These folk have done so much for this nation that I suggest we might want to put a word to the king about the pride. About the pride of the nation's navy. I believe I know the ship you're referring to. Though that boat is particularly known as a symbol to the people of Faraskarin. It has been decommissioned from military use. But if it is what we must sacrifice, and if it is your recommendation, Shieldmaster, then I shall mention to the king. Tell me, and he looks towards the pie, how much have you heard about the War of the Red Sands?
Just cliff notes.
Enough to make me
my
uncomfortable. Enough to know that Victor was not Victor's predecessor, but Victor himself, due to how old he is, led the original folks to betray the... Wait, no, this is... Wait.
The War of the Red Sands.
I forget they're not connected, are they?
No. The War of the Red Sands was a fight with Jara.
Yeah, we did actually learn more about it, but I can't remember. Can I insight check?
Yeah, it's where the island.
It'd be a history check.
History check? Oh, I'm actually good at those, I think.
It's why the tensions between Jara and the island are so high, I think.
Yeah, I know that the War of the Red Sands was like a cover for something else, if I remember correctly. Where the fuck is history on forum sheet? Oh, I'm not good at this, never mind. 5.
Give me a second.
So I know that the War of the Red Sands was like a cover for something that went down. wasn't it?
Give me a quick second.
You're old enough, it could just be an insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fulgrim's old enough that shit could be an inside check.
A lot of the that stuff was kind of not learnt too much by Fulgrim. So unfortunately, Fulgrim, you're not able to recall. You know, it was a fight between Faraskarin and Jara, but you don't know too much about the details. You do know that Faraskarin was the ones that came out on top.
We talked about it in session, in characters. We actually did fucking know, I just don't remember.
It's been some time.
I just need to look something up, just to make sure that I'm saying the correct information.
Plus, the party's got up to a lot. I don't think anyone can blame Fulgrim for forgetting this stuff by now.
Oh, no.
It was semi-recently, that's the worst thing.
Well,
All the Red Sand stuff it was after the Tears of Velskaya. I remember that much being mentioned.
Yeah, there you go. There's no... That was here... Okay, I shouldn't actually give it a name. Well, and for it's excusable. You weren't exactly you weren't exactly born here, so can't exactly blame you for the not knowing ancient history. It was a large-scale battle between. It was a war of aggression, where the people of Jara declared war on the kingdom of Falskutar in an attempt after a couple of convoy ships were taken out right in the middle of the waters between Jara and Falskutar. When they went to go send the reparation payments, it turned out to be a surprise invasion. We managed to drive them back, but during our counterattack, we sent a number of ships out to Jara. The ships were led by a very powerful sloop of war, by the name of Mantle's Pride. That ship has since served in a large number of naval battles, but has mainly been a symbol to the people of the island. That is the ship we discuss. It's a ship that's seen a lot of blood, but has pushed past it.
Sounds perfect.
A fitting gift for potential heroes of the island.
And maybe it can turn into a symbol for the other islands, too.
That's the hope.
A new age, or what have you.
Bartholomew looks back to their pack. See, I told you guys I'd get us a boat.
It's just like general cheers of agreement.
Yeah, just like yips and not yips, cackles.
There are some faint yips in the background from the kobolds.
Yeah, from the kobolds. Oh my god, the kobolds and the gnolls are just gonna be just little drug addicts.
Just a bundle of noise.
Just a bundle of noise. They have to be put in a sensory deprivation room. Oh no! I made a point when we were talking about ship layouts. Being in a room with gnolls would be terrible. Being in a room with gnolls and kobolds would be even worse.
Right. It's time we talk about, the actual reason why we're all here. Everybody ready to get to planning?
Yep.
I'm ready to scratch the itch of major battles. I haven't died in one in a long time. Died in some smaller ones, but not a big one.
Alright. So, I've been doing some research and... I've been doing some research into some of the areas that they've been reinforcing. I have my ways of sneaking around the castle, so I've been eavesdropping on a few things. Let's start off with the entryway. As far as I'm aware, they'll be stocking it with obsidian Knight units, but they're also going to be backed up by members of the Horde of the Righteous and some of the remaining turned bulwark soldiers. This will probably be one of the most heavily fortified areas. So give me a second.
So the obvious answer is get them scattered about the castle.
Okay, you guys are doing it for me. Good. You're doing it for me, Fulgrim. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing like a little index. I just need to get colours that work for all of them. It'll be a bit hard to see because of the token things. What colour are we doing for the Nokkery's bulwark soldiers? We'll do a slightly more orangey yellow. That's not being used, is it? No, it is. I keep talking while I do this.
Yeah. One other thing we've noticed is that they're starting to reinforce the doors entering into the lounge. As far as I'm aware, that is where they're going to be storing a lot of the civilians. Apparently they're quite keen on making sure that some of the townsfolk stay, or rather some of the neutral parties maintain away from the actual combat. The Grand Corridor. As far as I'm aware, it'll probably be stacked with obsidian iron bulwark. The study is a relative unknown. We don't know what's going to be in there.
I'm willing to bet at least a few golems.
The bulwark and the dining room, the ballroom and the dining room, they're probably going to be filled with various types of enemies. So expect heavy resistance in those areas. Anywhere where it leads to a path towards the stairway, that'll be heavily restricted. As far as I'm aware also, they apparently have put new locks in the kitchen doors. So, that might be another place where they're trapping neutral parties. If I may, Jazar, you all mentioned that you all had an interest in getting into the sewers, correct?
That was... yeah.
Well, it happens that the pantry, when we've had some scouts that have actually done some work sneaking into the sewers. It's difficult. I don't think anyone else would be able to get in there without our help. But it's definitely doable. The pantry, as you see here, and she points a stick towards the pantry, is blocked off by one singular wall. Heavily reinforced, but we potentially could blow it open with enough of the dutifully lended gunpowder that we should be able to provide. The pantry itself connects directly into the kitchen. So that would allow us to skip straight to the dining room. That way we could exit the dining room and straight into the stairway.
A secondary entry point, which would also allow us to, if there were civilians being kept in there, evacuate them back out the way we came, would be most beneficial to us. We don't want them getting caught up in the fight. If we can evacuate the non-combatants through the sewers, it gives us more room to openly fight without worry of accidentally, Fulgrim just looks a little sad at the thought of people who shouldn't get caught up in it getting caught up in it, but instead of finishing the sentence.
Alright. So we have two potential ways of getting in. Pushing through the entryway into the Grand Corridor, and then into the stairway. I see a small problem here. Ballroom itself. We've got a large number. We've got both 2 ways of getting in. Both ways ignore the ballroom. There's probably some nasty amount of people in there. So we need some forces to probably head down as well into the ballroom to clear it.
I've got a rough plan for that. And Fulgrim's going to look at Bartholomew. I believe our lovely cackling pack of gnolls would more than likely prefer to take a dance in that room. Put it bluntly.
DJ, can you do me a favour and change the kookaburra's colour, please?
The kookaburra's colour?
Yeah, I need white. I need white and I need grey.
Okay. We're not using grey anymore, so yeah, let me change the kookaburra to... What's a kookaburra colour? We'll use pink.
Actually, no, sorry, I'll use purple for optionals.
Okay, well, I'll use pink.
No, sorry, purple for extra stuff that will need to be done.
Yeah. So
we'll need 2 things. We need a group to go into the ballroom and take control of it, just to make sure that we're not attacked from behind. We need a group to hold the entryway. And then we also need a group to make sure the study is clear.
As a player, we're still keeping the gnolls go through with the Numerian through the sewers, yeah?
That can be discussed with who's going where. This is the first thing with who's going
this
where.
This is just the initial plan then.
Yeah.
And this... so we need someone here and then... So...
It's funny because pretty much the plan I originally drew perfectly lines up with the way the doors are barricaded and locked anyway.
Alright, so we have our first set of things to do. So, though we all probably have our own opinions, let's talk about strengths before we go into further points. As the Shield Master has a good point. Let's talk cost and benefits of who is best at doing what. So, I am going to send you to leave this up to you guys. So, I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of faction strength, because I have a system that I have called let me get it up. Act 5 called Forces Score, which is a dictation on how well various factions are doing certain tasks. So let's talk about what each of these types are. And is everybody here? Just so I don't have to repeat myself with this.
Yep.
I am here.
I'm here.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So listen up for a second. I will quickly go over forces scores. So each group, and this includes your Red Mist groups, because they can also come into play as well. Each group has a unit count, which is how many units they have, and has a value in each of these 6 stats. You have power, which is the general pushing power of the group. This also includes like magic and magical power and like actual physical fighting strength. You have finesse, which is their abilities that their ability to carry out tasks that perform grace and finesse, tasks that have like certain kind of grace and finesse. Say if you like wanting to sneak into stuff or do stuff quietly or do stuff that requires a lot of care and attention, you need high finesse. Durability is the group's ability to sustain damage or navigate difficult conditions. Those are the 3 main stats. Now we move into the other 3. We have tactics. which is a tactic score determines how complex of a task that this group can undertake. If they go into a task which has a high tactic score, if they go into a task that is a very complex job, they will require a higher tactic score. If they do not have that, they will have a disadvantage in doing this task. There's awareness, which is how aware the group is of its surroundings. I'm actually just going to ping this on the screen so I can also show you. And then finally, awareness is also tied to the preventing of ambushes. And then finally, there's luck, which is how lucky the group is, and how much is added to that. And that is added to every single operation that they undergo. Any questions?
I'll forget about this.
Yeah, one, will we permanently be able to like open and close that? Like, are you putting that in a little folder thing? And two, how do we see the stats of factions?
I will show that now. So this is the stats of each faction you guys have. Utilize this how you will. And you will be able to open and close these. So unit count isn't as important as the stats. A group, but be aware it does have an impact with like some tasks. Say like holding the door. You're gonna want a group with a high durability stat. Whereas taking the ballroom will require usually require high power.
Yep.
Or sneaking into a sewer and blowing the wall up will require a high finesse stat.
How did you assign luck to groups, by the way? I'm curious.
Disregard. No, none of this was done with dice rolls. This was just done.
Yeah, I figured.
By me.
Yeah, you just looked at it and was like, that sounds right.
The Bulwark themselves don't have much luck, and Jesus fuck the Redwood Garrison, the luckiest group out of the bunch, because they went into a battle and came up with no casualties.
Sounds about right.
Also, I have a question. If we...
Also, actually, are you happy with Null Squad stats?
Yes, I guessed Null Squad stats. I was like, okay, what would Null... I was like, okay, Null Squad's definitely got max power. I don't know what else. They'd probably have low finesse and low tactics, but they're gonna be strong as shit.
So...
And then I see awareness, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Tactics...
And a little bit of luck.
Just the thing is, tactics is the group's ability to work together cohesively as one cohesive unit.
Yeah, that's real. Which... No, they're just feral. It's just putting a bunch of fucking rabbit animals in a room. That's why that's why I feel like why the Nulls will probably go for the ballroom with Bartholomew.
That's also why the Red Mist Alliance also only has one, despite having some pretty powerful members. The Red Mist Alliance is not including you guys. This is separate.
Yeah, I assume.
Okay, so
I have a question. Does that mean if we join a certain faction in a room, we're just pretty much delivering a hero?
It means you don't need. I don't need to do any rolls, because this stuff only takes place with battles you are not involved in. So you know how we did the Arbicide fight?
No, I wasn't there.
Alright, everyone else.
Oh wait, no, I was there for the Arbicide fight.
Yeah, you know how I did the outcome of the Arbicide fight, where I rolled a bunch of stuff and added some factors depending on what you guys did?
Yeah.
This is kind of an overhauled system of that, where while you guys are gone, you guys will get to... I mean, you've played Mass Effect, Vexy. You kind of have an idea.
Honestly, this fucking song, the fucking Tense Conversations, reminds me of Mass Effect.
Yeah. So essentially, you guys will be responsible for picking where different groups go, and from there, I will decide the outcome of that job you guys assign them to. Now, even if you plan 100% and you get that, you get the perfect team with the perfect stats, there's still a chance that the task can fail. You can't predict every outcome.
Yeah.
There is, much like normal combat, there's never a complete guarantee on things going completely right. There's always an outlier. You know the old saying, no amount of skill or planning can ever come up with the sheer luck of a chronic dumbass.
Yep. All plans last until the first arrow flies. So.
Correct. So, now that you guys have had a couple minutes to look over this stuff, who's going where?
Anybody like to make
Let's
suggestions?
start
or
off
should-
with. Let's start off with the main things. Where are you guys going? Are you guys going to be going into the sewers? Or are you guys going to be bursting through the door?
I believe.
I might separate my characters for a moment.
Okay, yeah, I remembered that was a thing.
Inca will be with the red mist, like the full party. And Inca, knowing him, will probably just follow the choices. And honestly probably be closer to the bulwark, because him hearing like the bulwark's points of things, because every time we were interacting with the Numerian, everyone was like, nah, like, it's complicated, they're not bad guys, and then the Numerian was like, we're great guys, we're just delivering funds, and Inca's like, I don't know what that means, but my friends seem to like them, and then here's the actual bulwark point of view, and they're like, wait, are they bad guys? And is now confused.
Okay, so where do you all want the majority of the force? This is essentially going to be the battle you guys are going to see.
Realistically, the party should go through the front door, mainly because we're kind of... We brought this shit all together, and at least for a good amount of factions. To put it bluntly, at least for the Morin Dwarves, which are who we're going to have help us break through this front door and then actually hold it, it would really give them a fuck-off morale boost.
You can assign multiple people to big push tasks like this.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is, what I was getting to was, having Snake on the front line of the front door will morale boost pretty much any faction that's got the fucking dwarves in it.
Yeah.
So the Morin dwarves, if the party is alongside them, basically get stat boosted by Snake's existence because he's the champion of the Crucible, and we know how much that actually matters in their culture.
Essentially, everyone will follow. So the groups that you have not assigned to a specific task will follow the party.
Okay.
Also, Salty, I have this one question. Yeah, it mainly only affects me, and it was the hero's point I pointed out earlier. When characters are not in the since I have two characters, and knowing me, I'm not gonna have them both be in the same room all the time. The character that I'm focused on, will the other character just be a hero to just help boost the battle in the other room?
Yes.
It just boosts the stats.
It will boost it by a small amount.
Yeah.
But I will take that into consideration when I make the rolls. But be aware, there is still a chance that your character could get either seriously injured or even die off screen.
Yay.
There's a very low chance that would happen. That would have to be astronomically low.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's likely if something that bad happens, the entire assault is going to be going bad anyways.
Alright, so as far as I'm aware, we have the Morin Dwarves. I'm not going to move them there, because that's going to fuck up Fulcrum's thing. So if you want to make a note of who's going where, so So it's the Moran dwarves and the bulwark and everyone else pushing into the entryway. From there, you're having the Moran dwarves defend the entryway.
The entryway. They have the numbers to fill basically the entire entryway, as well as the durability to pretty much anything that tries to spare.
I am going to copy. So the Moran dwarves are holding the entryway.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Next up, who's clearing the study?
The
That
study.
was the kobolds that we were saying.
Kobolds, yeah.
The kobolds are clearing the study.
Yeah, and they were coming
This is
through the
close to where
kitchen.
it is.
Alright. This clearing the study is a more finesse task, so that's a good choice.
Yeah, there's a lot of delicate shit in there that could break and
Yeah.
hit people. It's an enclosed area. It's
Now, sorry, go ahead.
it's not particularly a fantastic place for bigger, bulkier units like gnolls and shit.
Okay, finally the ballroom. Who are we having force their way into the ballroom? This is going to be a more difficult task because of how many units are in here.
So I will say, so I'm gonna use mine. The gnolls will bust through the kitchen and then immediately also run into the ballroom.
Okay, so the gnolls are going to be splitting off. So Bartholomew will be going with the party.
Okay, so Bartholomew will probably turn and go into the stairway and then send off their gnolls.
Alright, so the gnolls are handling clearing the ballroom.
And with them, I think it's best to send the Kookaburra, frankly.
So, alright, so...
I thought we were sending the Numerian within the kitchen. Actually, the ballroom Kookaburra.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, so
Numerian and gnolls
with how many people there are, half of the Kookaburra will go and clear the ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so because given the size, each of these forces, each of the main forces you can use twice, but I would, except for the Moran dwarves with the task you've assigned them to.
Yeah,
that's going to take all of the dwarves.
This white and purple is so not neat. It's so squiggly compared to the straight lines I'm trying to draw.
Okay, so the gnolls. So the gnolls. The half of the Kookaburra. You guys can change this at any time. This is not because you might encounter other stuff you need to do later on. And so the gnolls, the Kookaburra. Is it just the gnolls and the Kookaburra?
That goes specifically to the ballroom.
Yeah.
I think originally we were going to say that the kobolds went through with them, and then once that room was cleared,
the kobolds will need to take time to clear them because they have much lower numbers.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they would use the chaos of the gnolls and the Kookaburra to sneak through that way and come into the study.
All right. Okay.
But if they needed to support, if shit was going wrong, they could give support before moving to the study.
Right. Now let's talk...
there's probably also going to be a slight fight in the dining room to get to the ballroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought it was originally when I drew lines, it would be probably a better idea that we had like two smaller factions and one large faction going through.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. So the Numerian, they are going into the sewers, and
yes.
they're going to be the ones that are they're going to be the ones that are kind of holding the pantry. Another thing. Someone's going to need to defend the sewers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really close and relatively dark quarters.
Numerian honestly might do really good.
Numerian's perfect for that, and they have the highest awareness, I think.
Okay, so especially since the fact that there is a chance the second they find that you bursted in through the sewers, they're going to start sending vanguard divisions through the sewers.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we want, right?
Yeah.
We want them to divert their forces there because they think, they're gonna hopefully think the assault's coming in through there.
In the case of the sewers, that's where basically finesse becomes the new durability. I think it's safe to say it's dark, it's hard to get around, you can't see, it's cramped. Anybody who can
And
dance,
also
anybody
they-
who can effectively dance,
So
finesse is better
this
than
will
durability.
be a finesse and durability thing.
Yeah.
So it's whoever
And
has
the
high
Nemerian.
finesse and durability.
And the
And because
Veneer-
of how close quarters this all is, they're gonna be like as people come up through the hole in the passageway, it's just gonna be like a bloodbath
Yeah.
because they're just gonna be firing or attacking
so-
directly on them as people go through.
So far, to recap, you have used the Moran dwarves, half of the Nemerian, half of the Kookaburra, the Gnolls, and the Kobolds. So make note of what you have. So
Yeah.
far, you have all of the Bulwark, the Brawlers, and the Paladins, and the Redwood Reserves.
Oh, and the sewers can act as a potential evacuation point, assuming everything goes
Yeah,
south.
especially if you need to get people out. Okay, right. Let's move on to the next thing. So
Yeah, the Nemerian have good numbers, amazing finesse, and still have a good 6 in durability. They are suited for that.
okay, are you guys happy with? As I didn't have it on the list, the casters will move with the casters. All right, so actually, this is another interesting point. You guys now have red mist casters, but the let's talk about who's going where. So, because we don't actually have a distinctive caster division, Eren and Kuzmu will go with the Paladins, while Iris will go with the Brawlers.
I was actually going to suggest Eren, and because they go with their 2 friends, that
Yeah.
you can't get Eren without Eren things. If they went with the Paladins and Kuzmu went with the Brawlers, because Kuzmu's a war domain cleric.
Kuzmu's works with the Brawlers.
Yeah, Kuzmu's a war domain cleric. They are gonna fit right in with people
So-
like He-Man the Halfling. And
Iris is a very offensive caster. He's an evocation wizard. Where do you want Iris? Where do you want Iris? He's an evocation wizard, so...
Good on the initial assault almost. Like the burst through the entryway.
It's more which of the Red Mist groups do you want him to follow?
Yeah. I figured.
Paladins, Brawlers... Or you could have him go with the Gnolls or the Kobolds. It's up to you.
honestly, give the Gnolls that extra range support, that fire support.
Iris will go. Iris will follow the Gnolls.
Because the Gnolls and the Gnolls are amazing close range fighters. The Kookaburra are flexible, but they don't have any long range stopping power.
All right, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah,
You have
Bartholomew, and I'm guessing Yanu are the fucking casters. For
you now have a very confused evocation wizard.
And plus,
It's fine.
the person in the dining room could use it.
Sorry, just
Dr.
call him the
Iris will
fucking
be
cat.
very proud of this.
Sorry. So wait, who's the fucking evocation wizard?
It's
The Gnolls?
literally it's actually
Iris?
it's actually Dr. Iris.
That's hilarious because now all I'm imagining is the Iris's bird sitting on a couch looking up at several fucking gnolls.
They're not actually a. It's not. So they're a human with silver hair.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking of Iris.
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny
just
as
thinking of her
shit.
now. God, I should call her.
All right, so you guys have this. So you guys are all happy with the ground floor and the basement.
Yeah, now that we've drawn our colored lines, can we get the white? The white lines are so squiggly; it's giving me a seizure.
Okay, yeah, sure. This
It's
is
so messy.
Yeah, this is me drawing the initial ones.
Yeah.
The blue ones need to stay because they are the optional markers.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. It's not quite pressing because obviously the assault is like the big, huge part of this. But like, how are we gonna get a small army in through the city? And when is this
That's
going
why
down?
the gnolls are going through the sewers.
Yeah, you need to just let the bulwark handle that.
Yeah.
In fact, that's actually a very valid question. You ask it, and Arthur literally goes, "You won't have to worry about that. There won't be a guard. There won't be guards to stop you, as the guards will be charging with you."
All right. follow-up
Yeah.
additional question to that. We know the day that this is going down, but what time? Like,
actually,
I was
quickly
thinking
take my
night would be
proxim.
best. But
No, it's not the kick something.
It'll be give me a minute. Let's do this.
by hitting them when all the guards and stuff are probably at least somewhat worn out, even if they've changed shifts or whatever.
Sorry, I'm back. As for when this is going down, we can all rally our forces in a day. So, day after tomorrow, we begin the invasion.
So, like, we go in early morning or in the evening before nightfall, or after
Well,
nightfall.
that's a question in itself. What do you all think would be best? Evening or nightfall?
Bartholomew looks back at the pack. And I feel, the gnolls would mostly be used to doing shit at night, yeah?
I'd say it's a mix of the two.
Yeah, like evening.
Because if we blast them at night,
What are you feeling, boys?
Night.
Night or day?
I will warn that night might cause a bit of a stir with some of the people. After all, it'd be the last thing you want when you're trying to sleep is an entire army of people wandering through.
either way,
It's
they're
going
not
to be
enjoy it.
fortified regardless.
Yeah,
They're going to know we're coming.
say that might as well be a moot point then, just because they're not gonna.
It's more for aesthetics. Do you want to fight at night or day?
We fight in the morning because that way we have the sun rising. They'll be trying to shoot at us, and they'll be shooting at the sun. They won't be able to see us.
And honestly, that makes a pretty good scene though for like history. Like the assaults coming.
We
with the
charge at
rising sun.
dawn!
We
Yeah,
charge
exactly.
at dawn, boys!
We ride at dawn, bitches! Ah!
Bartholomew stands up, 1 foot still on Ooze. We charge at dawn then!
Oh!
100% morning.
No, Ooze is enjoying it. Don't
I
you don't
know.
even get to lie.
No, I like to think they do it, and just Fulgrim gives them the biggest side eye of like, there's no way they're not enjoying that. They're no.
Like Ooze I feel like Bartholomew sat down in the chair, just kind of looked at Ooze, and they just kind of walked up and got ready to be a footrest.
Wish I was that null.
Alright.
Shut up.
Alright. Excellent. Now that we covered that, let's move on to the upstairs. So, this is where we come into a bit more of a predicament. Let me quickly get my information up, because this is a bit more of a difficult floor to navigate.
While you do that, I'm going to continue
Here we are.
making our assault plan actually look like a... What is it you said when I originally drew it, Salty? It looks like what cables?
Oh, it looks like Cat 5. It looked like Cat 5 cables. You used
Yeah.
the actual colours for it as well. You just had a Cat 5 cable that was going into the building. Like, you turned the thing into a network diagram.
Yeah, I fucking did, because we're going for efficiency.
Okay,
I'm being
so
reminded of fucking barotrauma wiring all over again.
alright, here's another problem. If I recall, they have... Yeah, they have been heavily reinforcing the door leading into the armory / staircase. That door is currently inaccessible. So the only way into the armory and staircase is through the battlements. Now I'm assuming you all know the importance of taking out an armory. That is a high value target. But that also leads all the way up. All the way up to the war room. So we would have another way of accessing the second floor.
Hey.
So,
Where are we trying to go, by the way? Are we going to, like, the throne room? Like, are we clearing the entire castle? Like, what is the plan?
Clearing the
No, we're
castle
trying to
is
do-
important.
Our primary objective is securing the king's life.
Yeah, so
your
King's
primary
Quarters
objective. You have
throne
two objectives. You need to find the Obsidian Eye, who are somewhere within the Victor, who's somewhere within the castle. You essentially need to find the rift.
I imagine it's probably up on the top floor somewhere. Or second floor, I mean.
Possibly back in the mountain.
I will refer back to a point made by Jazar in the previous session.
It has to be outside of the glyph.
He's never seen this rift himself, and he's been in this kingdom for this castle for a long time. The only place it could be is the fact that the castle backs up into the mountain. It could be somewhere near the back of the castle.
Okay.
So the rooms you're looking for are the armory, stairway, king's quarters, dining room, royal chapel, stairway, the royal chapel, and the war room, as I said before.
Got it.
So anywhere at the back.
Honestly, I'm willing to bet it's probably in the chapel. It just feels fitting.
So
Unless they got like a secret entrance and stuff. That leads
on the
up.
second floor, the royal approach is directly after the stairway. So our units would be pushing through the stairway into the royal approach. Hold on, let me get rid of that blue line. I don't need you yet. So obviously our main objective here is to save the king. But given what we know, it could be quite difficult in there. So may I ask that you all will be the ones that make the charge into the throne room?
That was the plan.
Yeah. Really, we're like the...
You can... There are a number of us that fight alongside you. So I suggest you take one of our leaders with you. So you now have a choice. Which of the faction leaders that you have available would you like to bring into the battle in the throne room?
Any of them?
Bartholomew.
I mean,
They are technically a faction leader.
theoretically,
you have-
the most fitting would be Arthur, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so just to clarify, you have Arthur, Elaine. When you take Elaine, you get Paralo as well. So Arthur, Elaine, and Paralo. Captain Lawrence as the wild cards. You can also take, and if you could also take Jazar or Saris.
So he's not a faction leader, but we definitely should probably take Milo with us. He seems like he'll...
We don't get a choice.
Yeah, Milo,
He's coming with us no matter what we do.
regardless.
He's starting all those. He's brought us here, so you know.
Milo will be on our ass like dogs. We are not
To be fair,
escaping.
you also said that you wanted to take Milo with you anyway because you said
Yes,
it was sus.
I'm sussed out by Milo to absolute shit.
Also, yeah, Bartholomew occasionally like glances over at Milo, just being like, glance, huh?
We've just been glancing at everyone.
Yeah, no,
Bartholomew
super
has
skittish right now.
Bartholomew has a very valid reason of why they'd be glancing at them.
Yeah. Alright, so who do you reckon would be the best in the battle in the throne room? Remember, you can
Honestly-
only use each faction leader once.
I'd honestly say Jazar, as if we pull up with Jazar, the king is more likely to actually believe a fucking word we say.
What do you mean, Arthur?
Jazar or Arthur, but I feel Arthur's going to be needed in a different spot if we can only use them once.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Arthur's more important, at least for the bulk of it, sticking with the bulwark.
I should also mention one other thing. This is more likely where you're going to be encountering the prince.
And that's also why I want to start.
I have seen recently a lot of members of the Hall of the Righteous have been moving to fortify the throne room. More than likely Leona will be there too. So I'm gonna drag in the first boss token onto the screen.
You know what? I just suddenly thought, no, I think is Grutharak able to come with us, or will he be with the Moran dwarves?
No, he can come with you guys.
I feel like for Paladin versus Paladin, suddenly I think it's best, also just because he has healing.
Because the leaders are separate from their groups.
Yeah. I think we probably not only want him for his attack potency, but actually, if the king has been wanting to relight their relations with the dwarves, having the dwarves captain come to their rescue would probably actually help thematically fit that.
There they are. Alright, so you want to bring in Grufrak. Is everyone in agreement?
I think that's a valid assessment, is it not?
I don't see why not.
Sure, I guess.
Grunfrak joins the battle.
Once again, sued by Nintendo.
So Captain Grunfrak joins the battle.
So, as important as the throne room is, actually, it's one of the most important parts.
Is the right color assigned to the bulwark, right? No.
Okay, right. So that's covered. You also hear a voice up from behind you, and it is Aaron. If I may we also join you in this battle as well?
That was the plan. I planned on having the paladins I've been training come with me and you alongside them.
Oh,
Your
good.
entire group of friends should be realistically with them, as you'll likely be working with them in the future.
I would like to pay Leona back for what she did.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's best that you get your words in with her before I run my sword through her chest.
Now, to give some context of the group would have, Aaron, the person who just spoke up, is someone recruited by Fulgrim, who managed to recruit 3 people, group of 3, a former profaned blade of the Obsidian Eye, a former bandit, and a former member of the Hall of the Righteous.
Hey, a farmer bandit sounds familiar.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, you encountered two very similar smells.
Wait a minute.
Both that profaned blade and so Darren and so Derek and Aaron have actively been avoiding Bartholomew's gaze.
Bartholomew just goes.
So, to give some context on who these guys actually are,
I thought Derek was the one that got intimidated by Snake and Fulgrim.
Derek was the bandit.
It was a Toll Road bandit.
Yeah, didn't they also call them a snack?
Oh right, yeah, Bartholomew wasn't Noel at this point. Yeah.
So that was So
That's
Derek.
that's the bandit that Bartholomew's been harassing. They harassed him twice.
Aaron, Aaron was the one profaned blade that you encountered in your escape.
That they
Where
kissed, yeah?
you kissed him and then chucked him in a box.
Yep, Bartholomew's gonna
He
sit
got
there and...
so defeated that he left the Obsidian Eye.
Okay,
And
okay,
you
okay.
also kind of turned him into a warlock.
Okay, so who said... So, it was... Who was talking?
Aaron, who's a former member of the Hall of the Righteous, and one of the group that Bartholomew doesn't know.
Yeah, okay. Bartholomew's listening to this, and then, like,
She
since
is
they
a
kind of have
student of Graf, who got of Graf Mastermall, who got essentially branded as a heretic and thrown in jail.
Yikers. Anyway, just for the shenanigans' sakes of Bartholomew, because you know I've been waiting for this, Bartholomew, like, kind of paying attention to, like, what they're saying, sniffs for a second, goes, oh my god, wait. And, like, anyone who's looking at Bartholomew sees the most villainous grin look over as they start sniffing, and then
Looking
looks
sook
over.
and a grin.
Yeah, pretty much. Looks over at Derek, and, what's the other one's name?
Aaron.
And looks over at them and he goes, well, if it isn't Little Meat and... Oh, how was that kiss?
Fuck off.
And what? So wait, who was that one?
That was Derek that dropped the fuck off.
Oh, really? Really?
You notice they like... They're doing motions in
Bartholomew
their
just like
hands.
taps Ooze for a second, and stands up, walks over, like, it's good to see you, Meat. Been a while. And how have you been doing? I haven't seen you since the box.
I still have a concussion.
I don't know if it's lasted this long. It might be brain damage.
No, God.
Nah, I'm joking.
You know you enjoyed it.
I'll pay you back with a hex next time I properly meet you.
Oh, we'll have a spell off. See whose magic is stronger.
They're not actually a warlock. Their brief encounter caused them to gain magic initiate feat, which they took to gain hex, which they cast exactly like Bartholomew does.
That's so funny.
And they cast it on Fulgrim.
And then by the way, I should also add as a thing, Fulgrim and Snake took on this group of 3 in a 2-on-2, and Fulgrim got ring-outed.
2-on-3.
Sorry, 2-on-3, and Fulgrim got ring-outed.
Yeah, I remember.
And then Snake took on the 3-man group by himself and almost lost.
Look, I wanted to give them a chance, so I got in a shoving battle knowing damn well, because I wanted to see what they were capable of, and Tredder wasn't pulling his punches, so I did.
So, alright, so that...
Bartholomew goes to, like, tap both of their shoulders, like, it's good to see you both. It's gonna be a pleasure working with you guys.
Hey, as long as... Derek looks over and says, hey, as long as I don't have a bunch of my new friends get murked because of you guys, I am more than good.
Okay, Bartholomew, we didn't kill the first group.
Nope.
No, we didn't.
No, because we Snake paid us through.
Ew, you didn't.
Someone else did. Lambert killed all of them.
You got kind of a unintended side effect of the fact that you guys got away from Lambert. An enraged Lambert went and massacred the Toll Road bandits.
Oh!
Immediately after leaving you guys, Derek was the only survivor.
I know what that's like.
Derek has a vendetta against the Obsidian Eye now.
Oh, you got things in common then.
Just a tad. Just a tad. Now, you probably have some more important things to discuss. As Jazar kind of coughs.
Bartholomew walks back over to their seat and then just, like, lazily kind of leans back in their chair and just places their feet back on the fucking ooze.
Alright, so I'm gonna also then, since you kind of assigned them, now, one other thing to mention. Oh, I fucking dragged the actual red mist paladins. I meant to copy and paste the Fulgrim!
Fulgrim?
No, just I went and copied the paste of them, and for some reason Fulgrim had somehow got added to my clipboard. Okay, so while you guys are in the throne room, you're gonna want someone holding the royal approach just behind you. So I suggest after taking the throne room that you probably should have your paladins hold the royal approach.
I was actually going to suggest one better and have all of the different brawlers who are significantly more tanky than my paladins, admittedly they're only trainees, hold the royal approach and also stairway. It would stop anyone from upstairs coming down and simultaneously flanking the bulwark as well as flanking
DJ,
us.
that's a lot of people to engage in a boss battle.
Oh.
They will not be able to assist you in this battle except for the free. You'll need to. I was suggesting to have them hold the royal approach, but there is the balcony.
Yeah, that's where I was going to suggest the paladins went. So I don't know what's out there, and it's a small enough area.
All right.
The paladins go out to the balcony, and then the brawlers hold the royal approach / staircase.
All right. Cool. Yeah, as you have a lot of people in that paladin group. Right.
I don't have a lot. I've got like 5. Oh yeah, except then there's Aaron's group as well that's attached to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Aaron will be fighting with you guys. But the balcony's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. While you guys are fighting to secure the throne room, we needed a division to go after the go onto the battlements and secure it, as well as a group to push even further in to secure the armory. Choice is yours. Who's going where?
I mean, the people who'd have the best chance of actually pushing through and succeeding in pushing through would probably be the bulwark.
If I had to wager a guess, a couple of their golems might be going to secure the battlements.
I'll be right back.
Yes, from what I've heard from the intel, a number of their mages will be moving up there too. So, the battlements will consist of... striking the battlements will consist of... will be the biggest battle. There'll be mages... and golems, as well as obsidianite soldiers. This will be another full group battle. So you need to dictate one particular group to take this area.
I was going to suggest the entirety of the bulwark.
Alright.
That's full strength, probably Arthur with them, quite frankly.
Because this would be about comparable to the entryway.
Yeah. So, honestly, if anyone, I think most of us will agree that probably the bulwark being led by their leader, Arthur.
Remember, they do actually happen to have a commander with them. In the commander that Arthur brought with him. So, you could potentially just have Yarrick go there. Here's the name of the commander.
Regarding the battlements and stuff, how, hang on, never mind, I'm getting caught up.
We'll pick up with what you said in a minute, Toucan. Alright. Armory. Who's taking the armory?
Well, the armory, we can't go through that door, can we? We have to go
You can go through this door, yeah. So it's... The bulwark would be clearing a way for a secondary group. The people who take the armory would also be taking the war room.
Yeah. I need to double check the finesse of a certain group. Not particularly fantastic.
This is not Actually, yes, this is a finesse one.
Yeah.
Given the circumstances, because they're not just taking one floor, they're taking a secondary floor.
Yeah. I'd probably say for that the other half of the kookaburra, supplemented by at that point the kobolds would be freed up from the study, most likely.
They would not.
They not?
They would be probably staying down the stairs. So you're using the other half of the kookaburra. Jazar kind of pipes up for a second. As far as I'm aware, the kingdom do have a large number of traps that they have to protect the armory.
I was going to suggest the Nemerian, but I thought we had their entirety expended.
No,
just
you
on
only
the
had
defensive.
half.
Okay, in that case, probably, much to the dismay of the fucking of Arthur, probably the Nemerian. If we do have half the Nemerian to disarm traps.
Okay. There is
Nemerian,
going to be a cohesion situation.
Yeah, that's the problem. They have to go near each other. That's why I was more so suggesting the kookaburra.
Given the fact that you've talked the situation down, it can probably be managed. The Nemerian are securing the armory and the staircase. Okay, right. That means you now have control of all the floors. Now we have one other situation. Let's talk about the king. So, we need to get the king out of the... We need to get the king out and to safety. So we need a squad to make sure that he gets out of this castle alive. Doesn't have to be a particularly big squad, but it needs to be one that's at least adept at defending.
So, that is where the next thing I was going to mention is. The reason I want to keep the brawlers, very tough men, and more importantly, my best friend who I'm quite sure could kill our entire party if he very much wanted to with minimal difficulty due to how much of a tough nut he is to crack, and he'd be leading that squad, is who's going to be defending the stairway. When we come back out the throne room, that will no longer need defending as we'll be advancing up it. I believe they should be then the ones to escort the king out. They would also have a cleric with them. So if there were, God forbid, a stray arrow to get through their defensive line and hit the king, he could be treated effective immediately.
Okay, so you guys are having the Red Mist Brawlers as the King's Guard?
Yes.
I love this token. Alright,
What's
so...
fucking He-Man's token representing the entirety of the Brawlers?
Yeah.
So how many people is that?
7, and I was also gonna suggest quite possibly that since on that floor we would have expended our use for the Paladins as well, they would then work with the Brawlers, because they're both relatively small groups.
Yeah, so they would be... So those two groups would be the ones holding the stairway.
Yeah.
So after you guys are done with the throne room, those two groups would then be holding the stairway, making sure no one gets up and into where you guys are.
Yeah, and then they would then, once that job is no longer required, because it would be anybody coming down from the floor above, because the bottom floor would obviously be secured by who's down there.
Okay, so to
They would then become
recap,
the King's Guard.
you have used half of the Kookaburra, the Moran Dwarves, the Bulwark, the Nemerian, the Red Mist Brawlers, Gnolls, the Kobolds, and the Paladins. So at the moment you have half of the Kookaburra and the Redwood Reserve left.
Yeah.
Okay. Final
I was
floor.
gonna originally suggest the Redwood Reserve for the armory, but I don't know if they have enough finesse for that.
I was gonna...
Close space.
Nah, never mind.
Okay, so... Actually, it would just be the Paladins, because the Red Mist Brawlers would be the ones responsible for getting people out. So the Paladins would be holding the line.
Okay.
Okay, right. Let's move
what's
on
their
to
durability stat
the...
again? So it might be best to swap them around.
Red
for
Mist
that
Alliance has a durability of 12.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh wait, yeah, it's the paladin stuff. I'll keep the stat of 12 for the whole group as a whole. The group as a whole.
Yeah.
Because each group have a comparable stats.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, the second floor, or third floor for you Americans.
Fucking Yanks.
All right, so
Gosh.
this floor has one optional, operation right off the bat. Securing the rooftop. Now, as far as I'm aware, that is where they'll be having a lot of their artillery. So expect a lot of archers and, well, the big problem, the catapult.
Is it as strong as a cannon?
I speak for
What you say about us Yanks?
thus people of the Redwood Reserve. We know a thing or two about dealing with catapults.
Is it stronger than a cannon? Or a ballista? I think not.
You have to remember that the Redwood Reserve have taken out a catapult.
Yeah.
Or at least assisted in it, because they helped. You guys were the ones that dealt the finishing blow.
The
So,
point is they have counter artillery experience.
who are you sending to clear the rooftops?
So the rooftops, I think, would be best for the Redwood Reserve, as we've rightly said. But also, I think that is where we should have our as they go up. That's probably because Tolerin can't teleport into the castle, can he?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was gonna say.
No.
Because of the wards, but he can teleport above the castle. And he's a wizard, I'm sure he has a way of not eating shit off the
Tolerin
roof
is not counted in this. Tolerin is someone you call in during the siege.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, once we get to that point, that's probably when we would call him in, because him coming through the front door or anywhere else is going to be a bit of a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
And we need him to have We need him to have rapid access to the Grand Library. That surpasses everything. And the rooftop stairway is that access. That gets Tolerin directly.
He did say, I will say one thing. He said, do not worry about how he gets in the castle. He has a way. So call him wherever.
Alright, as long as you're sure he can bypass the
he can. He has a way.
Oh, I was gonna say that, like, how much do we know about, like, what in total he is capable of?
He's an Archmage.
He is an actual Archmage.
He has made his own 9th level spell.
So
No, he's made his own 7th level.
7th level, that's it. But
I
he's
guess what
made
I'm
his
trying
own
to figure out is how much strength he'll be able to expend and still be able to take out what's his name.
Volkir?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure that Tolerin just ragdolls Volkir with relatively low diff. And that's assuming it's a one-on-one, which it won't be.
Alright. So, just a recap. You are having the Redwood Reserve take out the catapult.
I mean, they have counter-artillery experience from our issue where they didn't really get any support other than us at the Goblin camp.
Alright.
They've learned to make do, and they did it exceptionally. I believe they didn't actually take a single loss that day, or I think they took a single loss.
I think I heard of that. Well played. So,
Yeah, and
You'll
they're lucky
be-
enough that I'm willing to bet they're not going to have as much trouble as other people would be against a much larger force when it comes to the battlements.
They are
alright.
used to having the lower number count.
Yeah, they're shock troops. Then again, you have to remember that their experience comes from fighting in the woodlands.
Mm.
It's like Finland if you take them out of the snow. Okay, so next up, you guys need to push through to the. Next up, you guys will push through to the rec rooms and secure the Grand Library. That is where you're more than likely going to find Volkir. If he's anywhere, he's there. After all,
yes.
it's a wizard in the library. It's kind of a given.
And that is where we are planning to bring in Tolerant.
So the Archmage is finally stepping out of his tower. This should be interesting.
We convinced him to stop being neutral. Considering the circumstances, he more than agreed.
Well, I'm happy to have an ally like that on our side.
He wanted us specifically to let him know when Volkir was around.
Alright. So, Volkir will be your opponent. If anything, I will tell you this now. Sorry. If anything, I'll tell you this now, that Volkir will certainly not be fighting alone. The man's what do we say? Coward.
Was the word I was going to say myself.
There's very little chance of him fighting alone. Expect golems, and if anywhere, that iron golem's probably guarding the entrance to the royal chapel.
I'd also imagine if Victor was going to be anywhere, it would probably be within the vicinity of Volkir, since his whole focus is going to be on getting the feather.
That's true. Though I also have noticed, I've been in the Grand Library a number of times. It's where I acquire a lot of my research. I've never seen this rift. One thing I should state, it's not in the schematics, but the Grand Library has a giant balcony. Do with that information what you will. Alright. So. Right, so Tolerant will be the ally you'll probably be calling into this fight, so I will put him on the map. So where's his token? Mantle, Translocated Tower, Archmage, Tolerant, Lazakus. There he is. Dog. Okay, so he'll be the ally joining you in that fight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, finally, that leaves the Royal Chapel. I bet you anything, that is probably where you'll find Victor. Though, like I said before, I've never seen this rift. But the Royal Chapel does tend to be an area that's a bit hard to get into. I have noticed, and I've always found it strange, how high of a amount of guards they have patrolling that particular part of the area. And know now that they were probably Obsidian Eye divisions. So, I wager a guess that this is probably our destination. So this is where the Red Mist party will be.
Yeah.
Now, here's the important one. Which of us do you want coming into the final battle?
To deal with the Royal Chapel, I believe we may require Arthur's more stubbornly high durability.
Kind way of calling somebody hard-headed.
No, more so, why the motherfucker, you were dense as shit.
We fought him once, and bro has an AC of 24.
Bro's AC is comparable to Magneth's in the other campaign. That scares me.
Steps on the stairway and the whole thing just collapses.
Like to join you myself. I have a few words to speak to Victor after killing my predecessor.
I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. So.
I'm just drawing more of the lines now.
Yeah, I was wondering when that was going to come up. So I'm going to grab Snake. So, in the Royal
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't drawing because I'll be entirely honest and I won't lie to you. I suddenly had an epiphany on an issue I've been having in Space Engineers and went. I had
sessions like this tend to do that to people.
I was like, shit, that's.
It's also the first time I've done a session. I've actually done a planning session like this. So we have Jazar.
And then we have the last half of the Kookaburra, don't we?
Yes, one final thing. I'm wagering us that we do not want people coming up from behind us. So, the last half of the Kookaburra will be defending the Royal Chapel.
Yeah.
Or rather, they'll be holding the rec room. I think there'll be enough problems going on in the Grand Library for any of us to get involved.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine it isn't good flying around in there. I don't think really gamble on being in there.
Don't think we need the more squishy people of the Kookaburra, no offense, to be caught between an Archmage and then Fulgrim in really big air quotes for the entire room to see a second Archmage.
Yes, you know what they say about wizard battles.
I do not want to watch a poor Kookaburra rebel get accidentally caught between Volkir's tungsten ballsack and Toleran's goddamn sandpaper skin remover. Fuck if I know. That
is one way to word it. As you get a genuine laugh from Artesh. Regardless, there's a good chance that I might also be joining the battle in the Grand Library. More to offer assistance when needed. After all, I'm an abjurer. My job comes from protecting people. So I'm also going to be adding Aratesh into the battle in the Grand Library.
You like that, DJ?
Yeah, I do. I like that a lot.
I thought you might enjoy that.
Okay.
Here, I'll set these.
We have the plan. We have the plan set out. If there's any changes that need to be made to the plan, do it now.
There's nobody that we have failed to utilize, is there?
You've used everyone so far.
We've used everyone? We've used... I really wished I was... No, that's just not...
So you...
Okay, so are
but that also means
then?
you've covered all bases.
Okay.
Unless... Yes.
Because I know you said you really want me to see if I can use that glaive and everything. After the meeting, could Bartholomew look to see if there's any glaive wielders from either the Bulwark or the Nemirian to see if they could get another point of view on
Crix could teach you a few things. He wields a battle axe, but he would...
that's what Crix wants.
Oh, right,
That's what they've learned from Crix.
Fulgrim's a glaive wielder.
That's true. That's true. They could learn from Fulgrim and get some tips from Fulgrim. That last final boost.
Alright, so, like I said, are there any last minute changes to the plan you guys wish to make? Any faction leaders that have not been added, have not been accounted for other places, will filter in when needed. They'll either be fighting with their divisions or divisions that don't work with them. For instance, Yarrick will be working with taking the battlements.
Yeah.
He-Man will be obviously leading the charge with the brawlers. Crix will probably be staying to hold the ballroom. Alright. Looks like everyone's ready. So, I think that about wraps everything up. I will get to drafting and getting everybody prepared. So, divisions that are going into the sewers. I suggest you meet at the entrance to the... you all gather at the entrance to the sewer gate at dawn. While the rest of us...
That's the point. Gale's brought something up brilliant. What about the Platinum Vigilance? What happened with them? Did they end up getting engulfed in that coup with the Hall of the Righteous?
No, they did not.
It was fun.
But
actually wondering about those people.
You never asked them to join this meeting.
Right.
I was here,
yeah.
I didn't know
God
about
damn
it.
it! I always forget
Because
that the plan and vigilance
they
exist.
they only agreed to assist you guys with
Yeah.
taking them. But if you guys want to grab them now, you cannot assign them. They will go and assist the Redwood Reserve.
That would be frankly fantastic. They probably
Yeah.
need that.
So I'll add their numbers to the Redwood Reserve.
Would you
Yeah,
just say that Snake and Fulgrim convinced them on the way back through Arbourside?
Yeah,
Since we
they
literally
would
went
be
through
working under the Redwood Reserve anyway, unless you recruited the Hall of the Righteous.
Yeah.
It's just
was
a big
wondering what
buff to the
happened to
Redwood
those guys.
Reserve. I was hoping
wondering
you
what
guys would
happened to those
mention them.
guys.
I have a headache.
I was like wondering, who are these paladins? Are these not the paladins that we were talking to before?
No,
These are ones I've been training from scratch.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so the plan has been laid out, and from there, the operations will occur. So what I'm probably going to be doing is I'll get all the stuff set up so I can literally roll the checks on the session. Next session, because this will probably be the end of today's session. But you guys will now have some time for now to just do any last minute just chatting, because we were only 3 hours in. We'll take a break now, but this will be like your last minute preps, as start of next session will be the start of the siege.
The start of the session will be there at our gates, my lord.
How does everyone feel about that?
Why not now?
Easy.
Yeah, that's
Nervous, aren't you? Ooh.
I'm exhausted.
Is it morning for you?
It's 4:24 p.m.
Oh.
I have not slept.
Mm.
To be fair, that was also a lot of information for you to take in, Vex. Are you feeling? Are you feeling?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I just checking Dave, how much of that information you actually got.
A good chunk of it, but
Good.
will it retain?
About as much as Bartholomew got.
Yeah, but about as much as Bartholomew got is a
But
perfect thing.
I'm gonna leave this map up on the screen. So what I think we'll do is we'll probably call it now. You guys, any bonus stuff, you can let me know. I don't think there's anything we need to cover roleplay wise. Of stuff people you need to talk to or
fucking
see.
Shit. Oh
Yeah, not
god. I can talk as every character. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because those are the ones you have access to.
So
Yippee.
next session will be the final battle with the Obsidian Eye.
Can't wait.
finally kill Victor. Hopefully.
This will probably be a multi-session thing.
Yeah, I assume
Fulgrim.
so.
I
This is a big thing.
Salty, what did you want me to roll? Just another strength check?
Yeah, just roll me another strength check.
Would there be
Roll
any
at an
bonuses due to the
advantage.
fact- Okay.
Fulgrim, since they actually will actually hand you the Pack Lord's glaive to train with, and will actually hold as much as they're not going to attune to it, so that way that you can see exactly how they're doing it. Will actually be holding the Dream Eater's glaive during the training.
Oh, I guess Forge also has something to kind of practice.
21? 22. You have you have figured out how to use the Packlord's glaive. You're now proficient in glaives. And in fairness, this is not like a free thing. I know for a fact you have actively had Bartholomew been practicing it for several sessions right now.
Yeah, I've been wanting them to do it for a while.
So you
they've
are now
been
proficient
kind
in
of cool with
glaives. DJ can help you add it to your sheet.
Yes.
Okay, cool. DJ,
I don't see it on
Bartholomew-
my... Where the fuck is it gone? I never removed it from my tags.
so for what I'm gonna say for just the end of the day, for just fun little RP things, Bartholomew's gonna walk up to Fulgrim after the meeting, hey, can you tell me this thing? Train a little bit, and then just kind of go find the area where all the gnolls are chilling and just shoot the shit with them. And start attuning themselves to their glaive.
Okay, on top of the fact, any items you wish to purchase, let me know in DMs.
I physically could not if I wanted to.
So anything you wish to purchase within reason, let me know, and I'll do the rollings to see if you find it. Make sure to do it before next session. So,
Okay.
I will leave everything up on the screen so you guys can see it. If you need access to the explanation on operations, sieges, and raids, that will be updated when I actually start to work on it further. But the faction scores are the important one. You'll find that in MISC info sheets. As for the actual faction scores, Faraskarin, Shadows of Falskatar, Final Act. You'll find the faction scores in there. Alright, so good fucking luck with the next siege. I've already started working on some of the maps, and I'm very excited. I have so far done the map for the throne room and the Grand Library. And I have also done the throne room for the final battle, the map for the final battle. I did that ages ago because I really wanted to do it because I was like, I've been itching to make this map for a very long time. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, one of the nicest maps I've ever made. So, be excited.
Then he opens the map and it's in MS Paint.
Oh god. That will also be a battle where I need to put them on the board, where you will be fighting Victor and Knockery.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no! Wait. Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something.
And
really
a metric fuck ton of units, but you will also have a force of Jazar and Arthur backing you up. Arthur will be accompanied by some bulwark that'll be holding the exit.
You know what I just
Jazar will have
noticed?
Kookaburra.
Inca despises Knockery and wants to just beat the fuck out of Knockery. Well, Bartholomew sees him as a slimy shit, yeah? Bartholomew would have more interest in Victor, which I find very cool that both of my characters took different paths on that shit.
Yeah, Salty. I think I figured out where Forge is gonna blow a fuse.
Oh yeah, I can see.
I'm very curious on what you mean by that, but I've looked at a couple rooms.
Do you want to reveal what you've just attuned to, Forge?
I'm gonna recommend you don't, because I'm going to be attuning to something as well.
What? Hold
Are
on,
we still on
You're
stream?
not doing what I think you're gonna do.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Oh no! Okay.
Salty already knows on what Bartholomew's.
Yeah.
I have no problem revealing it.
Oh
off.
god, you guys are pulling out all the stops. Let's go.
Out
I'm
of
excited.
character.
Oh, also, Salty, I would
Off
like to
stream.
talk to you about that as well.
Oh no, we're pulling out all stops on this.
Okay, so
Right.
I'm gonna
Quick thing,
start assigning some people to various areas to show where the lieutenants will be fighting.
Very much important thing. For what Bartholomew's done. Otherwise I will forget and you won't get your fucking glaive, so shut up. Salty, I can't find the stats for the glaive. They've fucking gone off my sheet and then
It's
not
a
in the thing.
+1 glaive and a +1 tail whip.
Okay, thank you.
I'm actually probably going to attune it as their warlock weapon. Their actual aside weapon.
Ooh, good idea. So you're getting rid of the shin bone. So when that
But they're
happens,
not
the
permanently-
shin bone becomes a physical object, and you have to go put it somewhere.
Yeah, they're probably gonna keep it attached to them, but not as their weapon anymore. Who knows? They might give it to as a gift at some point.
Hang it over the fireplace.
Alright, let me just quickly... So, I'm just quickly going to be putting some of where the lieutenant's going.
So also would that just gives me an extra attack with it, but does it give me any other bonus if I fully do that?
No, it's just an extra +1.
Okay.
It's a +1 whip and a glaive.
Yeah, I'll help Vexy set it up after.
Don't worry about proficiency in the whip. The whip kind of comes as part of the glaive.
Yeah.
We'll sort that in a moment.
So let me put this. So, alright. Kookaburra. Defending the Kookaburra rebels. Actually, hold on. That'll be Aratesh, because it should be there. Let me see. So, we'll start with an Emirian. The ones that are handling the sewers is Rico. So Rico will stay in the sewers. Battlements, that will be handled by Yafak, who I apparently haven't got his token set up. I'll fix that in a bit. Saris, where was the other place you guys used the Kookaburra?
It was holding the royal approach. Royal approach. The rec room and the. Where's the other pink? I labeled them. It was the ballroom.
Oh, it's the ballroom. Yes. So you guys will be happy to know that Saris is going to turn into a lion and be a lion in a ballroom
with fucking nose.
That's a question. Where is Alika's girlfriend coming on this fight?
We didn't recruit Alika, so Alika's girlfriend went there.
The two of them have disappeared.
They would. Oh, they both disappeared. Okay, cool. Happy for them.
So you guys made no attempt to try and talk to Alika after the events of the situation. So Alika disappeared back into obscurity. No, you also said to me in person that you didn't want that Inca wouldn't interact with Alika.
Bartholomew probably would have though.
They're still about.
Yeah, if Bartholomew catches with them.
Yeah, but they will not be participating in this battle.
Yeah, not the end of last session. I think we were talking about.
Alika has some very mixed feelings, so
yeah,
would be too scared to stand against.
And I don't know where he would be best placed, anyways, because there's so much going on, and the bards are a lot more focused into fighter groups.
They'd be with the red mist, but that wouldn't fucking align.
Marion, Elaine will take the top floor. Parallel will take the bottom floor. Okay, that's the lieutenant's placed. So that is everyone. And of course, can't exactly add Lawrence's token because Lawrence is already there. But Lawrence is assisting the front, and you guys have Jazar and Arthur to assist you guys in your battle. Okay, so congratulations. That was a lot of talking, and I know you guys probably want some time to chill.
I honestly like the talking sessions more.
I know my throat is sore. I've been speaking to 16 different characters.
Yeah, honestly, I'm glad Bartholomew didn't pipe up as much, because otherwise my throat would be sore too, because, this voice ain't the greatest of my vocal cords.
No, I have a question.
Well, out of context.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say, out of context, you must sound completely unhinged.
Oh,
just talking to yourself in like 16 different voices.
Also, Salty, do me a favor. Read your DMs. I think you'll get a kick out of that.
I do have a question for you guys as players. Can you guys tell when I'm voicing a different character?
Oh, yeah.
Very clearly.
Yeah, you're really good at changing like inflection and stuff.
Like 99% of the time. There might be like two characters, that's because they're very similar characters as opposed to...
If Tolerant and Jazar were talking to each other, it would be very interesting because both of them are Jaran.
Yeah, you've put a Jaran accent on both of them, and that does make me scratch my head a bit, but that's me being autistic.
Yeah, that's because they are both from Jara.
The only times I kind of mess up on that is when you accidentally flip voices around, and it like completely throws me off.
But usually when I do that, I will cough and then correct myself. Because Jazar, I spoke as Jazar for a couple characters where I didn't, and then I corrected myself. Because of the amount of times the Jazar is speaking, because he's leading the conversation.
But yeah, considering you were talking to yourself like a crazy person, you did pretty good.
Perks up a lot. Well, my mum knows I do D&D anyway, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Alright, so... Thank you all so much for watching. I'm glad I could have a better session than the other session that I had in my other group. Ay.
I made Salty cry. And then I went and cried.
It was a session. Not my finest work. In my defense, I couldn't say it to the other group, but all the work I put into planning went into this session and not the other one.
Also,
I could only plan for so much. Yeah. For those who don't know, I have a fucking sciatica, and I've just recovered from COVID, so I got put through the ringer last week, and I still managed to come out of a session. So, thank you all so much for watching, and next week we kick off fucking Bedlam. I hope you guys enjoyed the calm with this session, because oh boy, it's going to be hell for the next few, and I hope you guys are going to be ready for it.
I should be.
I'm going to do my best to make this combat fucking fluid and very exciting. So, look forward to it.
Yes.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Down.
Yeah, Salty, I want to grab you real quick.
Alright.